Welcome to Bears on Tap, hosted by Kyle Juice Michalski, Quinten Krzysko, Sonny Verma, and the one and only Ron Luce. Bringing you all the news, analysis, and opinions on the charter franchise, Chicago Bears.
Chicago Bears football on a Monday night, up in Minnesota, up in the house that Kevin built up north. It's Kevin Warren Stadium. Kevin Warren owns this place.
It's a good lead-in. That's a good lead-in, Q. Yeah, I think this. I think that adds to it. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought pretty heavily this week about. All right, this is your taste of what like Kevin Warren can bring when you give him the keys. I mean, he did a great job. I've been to that stadium too. It's the only visiting. Only ever time I've ever been to an NFL game that wasn't at Soldier Field in my life was up at US Bank. That's a pretty place, Q. It's a good place to watch a football game. It seems
like it when I see it. Like when I see it on TV, when I see it from the outside, it looks gorgeous. I mean, I don't know that if you asked a bird if they would like it, but
probably not. Well, thankfully for them, there's not a lot of. I don't think there's a ton of birds at this time of the year because it's colder than you know what. But I'll tell you what, man. They are that stadium though. It's cool. You walk in and the upper. Like the main concourse, effectively, is at street level.
Okay, so it's like it's sub level, like they dug it down. That's a new thing. Like I went to a Bruce Springsteen concert last year, or almost 2 years ago now, at University of Texas's new basketball stadium. It's the same way. Like the court is like way down. It's like 3 stories down below the ground level.
Holy smokes!
Yeah,
that's crazy. So I was going to say at US Bank, it's only, whatever the difference is. I mean, it's not crazy. Sorry, they're doing the skull on the broadcast. I will say that is really cool in person, though. I hate giving the Vikings any kind of love, but the skull chant in person is awesome. The horn, just as irritating in person, though, because it's just constant.
I feel like as Bears fans, if they get good here at some point and worth like, a massive crowd and the excitement like that. Because last time in 2018, it was like it became like the air raid horn. It was like that.
Oh, yeah.
Overdone.
Bear raid.
What's something more original than that? The Bears.
I don't know. I missed the bear raid horn. I think it should be brought back. But
you think that? Okay. I think the Bears lost franchise luster in 2019 when it all just like went to crap. I think like it was.
Yeah, but you can make the argument that at least like in 2020 they snuck into the playoffs. Yeah, and then they got rid of it and the team sucked.
That's why it happened. All right,
because of the bear raid horn.
So Bears got the ball, opening drive.
I don't love that I know that the Vikings are wearing their sick all white jerseys tonight. I hate watching the Bears wear blue on the road. It drives me nuts. I feel like we're playing against Dallas. Like this is a Cowboys thing.
Yeah, it does kind
of. But those all white unis though are really sick though. The Stormtrooper look is.
Dude, I would love for the Bears to get some all whites. I would love it.
They should.
All whites and all blues. Like I'm all for both. Like either way, I just like it's so such a clean look.
I think the all blue is solid, but their all whites are sweet. Yeah. Like it's a tragedy that like the only game in my Bears fandom that I can ever recall of them wearing the all whites is the Devin Hester 2 touchdown game against St. Louis.
Yeah,
that's the only time that recently that they've worn the all white. The all white's such a good look. That needs to be a thing going forward.
I feel like the fan base has been clamoring for it for a while, and like it's just
they need a white helmet.
They don't want to do it.
The orange helmet was stupid. It should have been a white helmet, and instead of the C, it should be the bear head. Now that's their new primary logo.
Yeah.
And could you imagine that just your all white is your home uniform, or your away uniform, all white with the white helmet? Sick.
Yeah, it would be awesome looking.
And I bet you the white helmet would look better with the orange jersey and the white pants than the orange helmet does.
Wait, with the white helmet with
the orange jersey with the white pants.
Yeah, I think that could look good. So, man, he's just short.
It's greased up deaf guy.
Always, run. Man, always.
Oh my god, dude! It's so impressive, and maybe this is like, God, I'm not here to take shots at Justin Fields, but like Justin Fields was 1 read, 2 read, go. Like that's just the quarterback he was. If he hung in the pocket too long, you knew it was a sack.
Ooh, we're going for it early.
It's crazy how often, like the Caleb Williams led Bears, like Caleb stands in the pocket forever and still doesn't take a sack. Like it's just weird. And even though he's still been sacked, 56 times on the season, but like he's probably evaded another 40. They nope. Awful.
Yeah.
I hate H-back toss, Q. I think we talked about this. How much I think H-back toss is a stupid football play. It's stupid. I mean, everybody's too good at athletes now to go that far wide without any kind of help.
Swinging behind the rookie 3rd round pick in that moment. I mean,
honestly, I just think it was a good play by whoever 99 was. Tuffle.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that's why they didn't get it. I'm just saying bold decision.
Oh, bold, but
how much that Matt Pryor and Darnell Wright can cave in a right side when they're like when there's no questions asked. They're just like, hey, go move people.
Yeah, but I think what we see though with Kieran is that athleticism, and when you get him in space like that, he's very talented.
Yeah, just 4th and 1. Like I don't know. I get hung up on that just because it's like I know if there's one thing I know Pryor and Wright can combine to do.
Oh,
it's
for
short
sure.
Yardage. Like, they can move people.
And the Bears need a fullback. I will die on that hill. That I think in football, a fullback, you either need to have a full-time fullback or do you need to have a tight end on the roster that can play a fullback-like role?
Yeah.
Like properly, not like the Gerald Everett bullshit we see with the Bears.
Ooh,
something better
toss.
than that.
What they got going here?
Something better.
Ooh, Sammy D misses. The great-grandson of American legend Dick Hammer, former Marlboro man Dick Hammer, was Sam Darnold's great-grandfather.
No shit.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's my favorite fact about Sam Darnold.
That's up there on the Mount Rushmore of random facts that Q knows about NFL players.
I mean, because you hear a fact. Oh, go ahead, Ron.
Well, no, go ahead.
Okay. You hear a fact about a guy named Dick Hammer, you remember it.
That's fair. That's very fair. I was gonna say, I feel like this is a perfect way to shout out the Quinten Krzysko draft guide and your random fun facts about these players. Are all of them made up? I can't remember if you said
all except for 1 or 2.
That's fantastic.
There's 1 or 2. Like if I find a real one that's good enough to include,
you'll put it there.
I'll do it. But like if not, I don't. And like last year, I didn't even have the fun facts. With building the board, I didn't have time to like actually accumulate all these random ones. But like my co-host over at Shaving Points, like his cousin would just like send them to him after he told him, he's like, hey, we need random facts. And like the stuff that he came up with was some of the funniest things I've ever heard.
They're funny, dude. Some of them are so like off the wall that you almost think they're real.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point. It's like, should I question this? Is this real?
should I maybe? That was a really good defensive stand.
Yeah. Hey, they came
pressure on Darnold. Scott says here though, 3 and out, the standard Bears offense is fully deployed. Scott, it's a Bears offensive drive when they go 3 and out on the starter. Look at this guy. He is full festive and ready to go.
We are good. Yeah. Apologies for being a little tardy.
No, all good. Welcome, sir. Welcome. We're just getting fired up and started here.
Yeah.
I just sat down. They got 3.
Yes, I was about to say, Sonny, you show up and the Bears are already down 3-0.
How does that feel? No, honestly, the Bears went for it on 4th. They turned it over in like good territory. The fact that they held the Vikings to 3, I would call a win. It was a good sequence. They got some good pressure on Darnold.
So we had the ball first.
Yeah.
Yes.
And came up just
did and went 4-out.
So I keep going back and forth between like on these. Do I want the game under the camera or do I want you guys under the camera? It's like I feel like I'm not listening to you guys as well when the game's under it because like I'm looking at the game, but I gotta listen to you guys more. Just
a whole dilemma.
A fun fact for the listeners and viewers there of the things we think through.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because I was gonna say, so I have it here, like this is the game.
Yeah.
You guys are here, which I think makes sense because if I look at you guys, I look at the camera.
Yeah.
Versus like, but I am like doing this often.
Right there.
Yeah. So if you see us veering off, that's why.
That's why we're veering off.
But we're not just contemplating our existence. We might be if the game goes bad.
I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. That very well could happen on this exact show. I will say, Q, I caught myself the other day, speaking of watch-along things that we've done in the past here. I stumbled across our Roma Doomsday reaction video.
Yeah.
Of the live draft show. The Michael Penix pick reactions are still some of my favorite to this day of any news that I've seen.
Yeah. I feel like
all of us in just straight dumbfoundery, just like,
yeah, what? I feel like you just got,
speaking of the Falcons,
you got paused, you got stuck on freeze. And then I was just like, what does this mean? What is like going like talking through all these scenarios of like maybe this, maybe this. Like
I think the most fun part about the draft show, Q, admittedly, was it was the Q analysis just with me and Juice just giving reaction. That's all it was. You provided all the meaningful like information. The rest of it was just Juice and I making dumb faces. That's really all it was.
I like David's comment here. Let's give it to Swift, who can't shake first contact. Yeah, I like it because like they have no one who can run up the middle, right? Like they got no Roshan, and it's behind him. I mean, they're just empty.
I'll tell you what, Q. I got into not an argument, but a debate over the weekend. Somebody was like, that's not going to happen. And I was like, just out of curiosity, my curiosity peaked. I was like, what do you mean what's not going to happen? And they go, the Bears taking a running back in the draft. I'm like, are you high? I was like, they're absolutely taking a running back. Yeah. And they're like, really? I'm like, oh my God, yes. If it's not the third rounder, it's absolutely one of the fifth round picks.
Yeah. I mean, I think they have to.
I think they have to. I completely agree. Because DJ Moore is the best running back on your roster right now.
So I'm in a fantasy league showdown right now where I need to win to make the playoffs, and I'm down. We're tied right now. I have DJ Moore. He has Caleb Williams and TJ Hawkinson. So if Caleb Williams sucks tonight for some reason, as long as DJ Moore gets a ton of rushing yards, I might be really happy about it because that means I made the playoffs as like top scoring team in the league. I need this win to make the playoffs still, though.
That's crazy. That's just the epitome of fantasy football, though.
Well, so it's one of those leagues where it's like we set it up this year where every week you play your opponent, but you also play the league median score. So it's like it tries to level for that, but like it truly my team was volatile. I dealt with injuries, and when they got healthy, they were like the highest scoring constantly. So it just
that's fair.
So I'm not upset about it, but DJ first down.
I was going to say the dosage of DJ Moore right now. I think Q is starting to smile bigger and bigger as it moves on. Oh, good old Caleb highlights, gentlemen. How much did you enjoy your Sunday not having to watch the Bears? I must know.
I had a good time. I had a couple buddies in. It was my birthday last week, so Sunday was my one day to go out and just kind of enjoy. I had an Illini game on Saturday, so I couldn't really do anything on Saturday because I had to do the Locked On post game. So Sunday was just a free for all, go enjoy yourself type of day. So I'm only now in like a mental state to talk properly.
Hey, and a reminder for any Illini fans out there: Sonny's Locked On Illini. Go check it out.
Yeah, great definitely. Stuff. Just filmed our episode right before I got on here for today. It's a half hour every single day, Illini content. So if that's your thing, find me on YouTube or your favorite audio platform.
And my Sunday,
very professional of you, Sunday. Nice
solid. We were doing we had early Christmas for my wife's dad's side of the family, so it was just good family time.
Nice.
With football intertwined in there. But
yeah, I just watched football all day. That's all my day was. It was actually very nice. No, not entirely true. Went with the fam to visit my grandfather who passed. But that was nice. That was nice in the morning. And then the rest of the day was football though.
Yeah.
It was solid.
I love those just all football days.
Oh, it was so good. And it was like rainy and gloomy. I'm like, this is the perfect day for me to not leave the house and just watch football.
It was nice. We ended up at a Bills bar. So when that Lions game came on, that was just completely by accident. Nickel City.
Okay, I love Nickel City. We're talking Austin, Texas, for anyone out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say you too.
Live in Austin. Sonny lives right outside Austin now. Nickel City's. So I got married a block away from Nickel City, and after the ceremony, the whole wedding party went in there for a shot of tequila. It was a good time.
Gentlemen, since you two are in the Austin area, I've only been to Austin once in my life. Have you guys ever gone to, is it Peckerheads on 6th?
No, I don't have any sort of free time.
I've probably stumbled in there some random night in my 20s, but
some random
that
night. Okay.
I mean, nights on Dirty Six in your 20s just kind of end up in random weird places.
Fair.
One time, me and my buddy went to Dirty when I was like, I don't know, maybe 26, 25. And we were like, it was just me and him. We like, none of our other friends were going out that night. They were all busy. So we were just like, go out, try to find something to do. And we end up
getting in trouble.
At the end of the night, we're walking back, and we see this in an alley, just this projector up on this sheet. And we're like, what is that? So we go walk down the alley. There's an N64 hooked up to it with Mario Kart. And so we just stand there for a minute, like, can we play this? And then people walk out. This dude in a like aluminum foil suit walks out. He's like, you guys want to play Mario Kart?
What?
So we're at this house playing Mario Kart for a while. There's other people there everyone is just they're on some stuff. Like, let me tell you, like, there are blue lights everywhere in this house. It is a weird vibe, but we're there till like 4 a.m. and then like finally just hits a point like, okay, this doesn't get better from here. This is just gonna get weirder and weirder after like one of them said something, and it's just like, okay, let's go.
Let's just not be. Oh,
I got stuck in a story and I missed what happened.
Oh no! Oh boy!
What was that? A strip sack?
I was gonna say, well, he hasn't thrown a pick yet, but it was a strip sack. He got smoked.
Amagaji.
Yeah. This week's O-line film room is going to be just all about Kieran Amagaji.
Is that Grenard?
You cannot convince me otherwise.
Yeah, no, I think we're just going to live grade Amagaji. Like, I'm not going to do the
honestly, we should,
and then we'll live grade it because I think there's a lot to talk through with that. But hey, I just made money.
What?
I bet Jonathan Grenard sack.
Well, fair enough. Well.
When I saw Amagaji was starting, I was like, all right, Grenard and Van Ginkel, each a sack. That seems right.
That feels possible. That feels okay.
Oh, well, that sucks because they were moving the football too.
They were. And now the Vikings are going to steal points out of that. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
But hey, maybe they'll hold them to a field goal again. That'd be nice.
I do have each team one touchdown and one field goal. So,
okay.
For the game or just for the half?
For the game.
The game. Each 10 points. I think that's plausible. The Bears will figure out and score eventually. They were starting to move the football.
They've gone 26 yards, 28 yards. I think this says.
And the obscenities are starting in my Bears group chat already. Who the hell's number 72? Get him off of here.
Kieran Amagaji, baby.
That's your Braxton Jones competition next year. Got a long way to go, but there's a lot of traits there.
Yeah, I like him. I like him most in space.
Yeah,
he's Braxton Jones on steroids in space.
Yeah. Well, the thing I tweeted out about him before the game was like, I thought he showed a lot to like from a developmental standpoint in that Washington game, but he's just not ready to play. Like, there's a lot of traits to work with, but there's a lot for him to learn at the same time. So, like,
100%. Come on.
He might be rough tonight. I mean, he's already rough tonight.
Don't we love Nick Williams? Isn't he just so good? Scott reminds us it can only get worse from here.
I mean, yeah.
It's a fair statement.
Yeah. It's always, I always like find it funny to like just remind myself, like, it can always be worse in the NFL. It can undoubtedly always be worse. Like, Matt Nagy was so bad. It got worse. Like in our brains, we can compartmentalize everything to being the worst it could ever be.
I'll tell you what, I've done a lot of reflecting on the Matt Nagy period. And like the fact that team made the playoffs twice underneath him is wild.
I think Nagy's a pretty solid head coach. I don't think he's not
a good play caller.
Yeah.
But I think he's a very good head coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
I think his time had run out here, but like
I think he could be a surprise candidate for a head coaching job next year.
I do. I mean, I can see it. I think
really
he can. If he goes somewhere with the right quarterback, he can do pretty well.
Bring him back. We got a quarterback.
Hey, man, it could be worse.
It could be.
Is that the new Bears on Tap motto? It could be worse.
As written by Malcolm Iowa. Just remember, it could be worse.
See, I don't know if it could be worse. Like, for me, it's just like we've got the quarterback. I like some of the guys we have on our team and start off the season 4-2, lose on a Hail Mary, and then all of a sudden we've lost 4 or 5 in a row. It's like
I think
they probably could be worse, but this kind
7
of
in a row.
I think the case I could make for I don't think it could have gotten worse was year 2 of Trestman. Yeah, I think there's no worse than year 2 of Trestman. Like, that team was old. There was no saving grace. You were missing draft picks. Like, you had a ton of dead cap from moving on from you were just stuck. You were screwed every which way.
Yeah, that's fair. They haven't started yet.
But like, I think it's more a question of like what specifically you're talking. If you're talking about the Bears in general, it's really easy to say it can always be worse in this way or that way. But like, if you're just talking O-line, like this O-line is worlds better than the last year of Matt Nagy. Like worlds better. That O-line, like when you had Latavius Simmons starting games, like
the lines were so bad. That's why when people were like, I forget who I ran into. Somebody was bitching to me about Braxton Jones, and I was like, "Do we not recall what the offensive line looked like when Nagy was here?"
Hey,
like,
he's no J-Web Nation. I can tell you that much.
Stop
it. Oh man, little juice from Pickens there at the end. I mean, they gave up a big chunk, but
yeah,
Pickens showed a little fight there.
Pickens has a juice box worth of effort.
Yeah. No, I don't even think it's effort. I think he tries hard.
He don't got that dog.
He has and like I want to find a better way to say that. I just don't think he's an aggressive football player.
You know who he looks like right now? Armin Watts, who wore that number in his first time. Oh, scoop! There it is.
Jay Jetta's got the TD.
Hey.
I hope we get the replay that shows his full route because I want to see who was on him.
Who cooks him?
I was mentioning to Ron last time they were following whenever Jettas was playing outside receiver. Jalen Johnson was following him. And it doesn't look like he is because right here we see Tremaine Edmonds. They're just playing straight zone and maybe
because he's in the slot. He's in the slot.
Yeah, and then Byard was trying to trail there, but
Jesus. He was wide open. Yeah.
Wait, so you are playing zone coverage in the red zone? That is so rare. red zone is usually straight man.
Yeah, I mean, I think it might have been man. Because if you watch,
just had him.
No, I think Owens had him.
Oh, it was probably Owens. I didn't. I think it was.
I think
26.
Owens had him, but Owens
Okay.
was still playing off. It felt like maybe they were trying to disguise it because then as soon as Jettas gets past Tremaine Edmonds and clears him, Owens is trailing him.
Okay.
I think they had Tremaine over there to act as like you can't hit him with a quick one because otherwise Edmonds is going to get a hand on it. Yeah. But if it's a long developing route, then he'll come over.
Owens was just tardy.
Yeah. Well, and Owens can't run with Jettas.
I don't like that. I mean, truly, you're paying Jalen Johnson a lot of money. I know Justin Jefferson is an impossible man cover.
Jalen Johnson, you're going to learn how to play nickel corner.
In the red zone, I'm not against doing it there. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should be. There were a few years ago, they did try to completely shadow Jettas with Johnson, and it didn't go well when he was in the nickel. So but have Kyler Gordon in man coverage. I don't like getting cute there in the red zone.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. Maybe I'm overcritical just because something bad happened, but
maybe. Oh, the Kieran Amagaji videos are already lurking on the socials.
They're already out there now.
Well, he had a nice career. Wrap it up, boys. Offensive lineman has a bad rep. His career's done.
They're the if you have a message for Caleb, but he's like, yeah, ain't nobody getting to him. But I'm like, oh, we're already going to do that. We're already going to do that.
All right, 10-0.
Woohoo! Isn't this fun? Are we having fun yet?
Vikings minus 3.5 was the easiest first half bet, and I don't know why I didn't take it.
I don't know. Somebody was trying to argue to me that the Bears were going to cover in this game, and I looked at them. I was like, "Are they though?"
Even if they cover, they don't score points in the first half.
That's true. They really don't.
Yeah,
they don't score in the first half. I kid you not. I think the last 2 games, I purposely lackadaisically watched the first half, knowing damn well if they were going to do anything, it was going to be in the second half.
I wonder what their season-long split is on that.
Oh, it's probably disgusting. That feels like a Bear Muse question. No, we love you, Randy.
My wife just tuned in and she's like, "Where the hell did you get that sweater from?"
It's a good sweater, man. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan.
Yeah. So 10 first half touchdowns versus 18 second half touchdowns.
It's really not as big of a split as I thought it was, but it also just
I bet
shows
you the field goal
suck
is
at scoring points.
Let me see. I bet you I can see it at Cairo Santos page. Good old Carlos.
They've only scored 8 more touchdowns in the second half. That's just how bad they've been in the first half. Or both halves.
Was that another DJ Moore carry?
Sure was. Best running back on the Bears, baby. That's your $110 million man in the backfield. Oh, this is fun. Are we having fun yet? I'll tell you what, though. DJ Moore probably is the best running back on this team. No bullshit.
Who was that? Homer up the middle, number 20?
Yeah.
We got some Travis Homer reps in here.
It's dark. It's dark hour in the backfield. Here comes DeAndre to run right into the defensive line. There's a lot about DeAndre Swift's game that I do like, but just sometimes just the way he approaches a hole.
He's just not an every down back. I really enjoyed him this year, but he's just not an every down back.
But he is a difference maker. He's shown that this year. They've won games because DeAndre Swift balls out.
25% of their explosive plays have been DeAndre Swift plays.
Yeah,
it's not a small portion of them, but
they need another running back, dude. I'm telling you, I I think depending how free agency goes, there is absolutely a path to the Bears taking a running back in the 3rd round of this year's draft.
I think so. Hell, I think if Ben Johnson is the head coach and he wants Aston G&T, you do it.
Yeah. Ooh, I don't know about that. I don't know if that's going to happen. But
if Ben Johnson wants him, who am I to say he's wrong?
Hey, I mean, fair. But I think even Ben Johnson with the Detroit offensive line would look at this group and go, we can get better.
So there's no actual split for field goals that I'm finding. I went to Cairo Santos Pro Football Reference page to try to find the first half, second half split, and they don't have it.
They don't exist. They're just like, yeah, he's a kicker. Not. Just be happy we give him stats.
I guess so, man.
Josh Metellus. That dude's done a lot of stuff.
Josh Metellus is such a fun football player. He does everything. Name. Yeah. I remember I liked him in that draft class just because of his name. I was like, Metellus. That sounds like a football player. Sounds like a transformer.
Is he what Isaiah Simmons should have been?
Probably.
But like more DB heavy, not like D-line heavy. But still,
same. I mean, Isaiah Simmons didn't become an edge rusher till like last year. He played. Isaiah Simmons had a full season where he just played nickel pretty much.
Yeah, he was an interesting player too.
Yeah, I think Brian Flores he'd thrive in a Brian Flores thing as long as he can do the reads. Oh, yeah. That was Harrison Smith was almost taking that to the house.
Hey, still wasn't a pick though.
Old man can't catch.
Old man can't play the foosball no more.
I'm okay with that throw. Like, I mean, I in a year I won't be okay with that throw, but like, I'm just glad he's trying stuff after half a season of him holstering it. Like,
yeah,
it's just good to see him trying it.
Yeah, let him rip it.
Even, I mean, I don't know how beneficial that one even was, but like,
yeah,
he didn't take a hit. He got it out.
We're down 10. He's trying to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just let the kid rip it. I'm good with him. I'm good with him ripping it. It's good for the soul. His and ours. I think it's good for everybody involved. Like, hey, man, just rip it. Learn. Be stupid if you need to. Just rip it. Show off the reason you were the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, put so much heat on it. Harrison Smith couldn't catch it. Beautiful.
Yeah, just if you think he's going to catch it, just throw it through him.
It's a great strategy.
It works every time. Works 100% of the time, every time.
Let's see.
What was that? That was electric. It was just out of nowhere. Just, woo!
Was that from me?
I don't know.
Was that from Suddy?
It might have been downstairs. They're playing cards downstairs.
Okay. Oh, I was about to say, do I need to go upstairs and check on my wife? Make sure everything's okay.
On it. That's an intense game of cards, man. I like it.
Love it.
I support it. Love it.
If only we had those vibes in here for the Bears game. You know?
Yeah, right. I could use that little boost of wherewithal with just any kind of positivity right now. Maybe we'll get one of those. I would love a moment like that tonight.
I mean, I think the Bears will score some points eventually in this game.
Hey, there's a goal. Optimistic Q over here.
Yeah, some points. I think they're going to put up a decent amount of points at some point in this game. Like it's like we saw last time. It all came second half, but like they were able to score on this defense. This defense is the Vikings defense is struggling for talent right now. Like I think you will find holes. It's just a question of whether that's going to be enough.
My guess is it won't be enough.
I don't think so either. I think they're going to do enough with scheme early to get a lead, and then Bears will be playing catch up the rest of the time, which truly Caleb's been good from behind, like not just from a garbage time standpoint. He's made games out of games they shouldn't have been in. It's been fairly impressive in my opinion, but not like the San Fran game, but like
the last time these two teams played, that happened, right? Yeah. I mean, that was
division games.
That was the first real game I think where it was like, oh yeah, he's here and he's ripping it. Like this is good. Because even in that Green Bay game the week before, like he was good, but he was just like the numbers weren't very high, but he was a very efficient, just executing the game plan. But then that next week he came out, that DJ Moore throw is still number one in Ron Luce's Spank Bank highlights. Like, it's that throw was the one where it's like, oh yeah, he's that dude.
Yeah.
So DJ Moore, though, because that was not an easy catch because Caleb threw a freaking bullet. He goes up and he like catches it like back here.
Yeah.
He's like, ah. Yeah, it's all right though. That was a good game. Oh, that's when football was fun, gentlemen.
Yeah, we had a few weeks there.
And then last week happened.
Yeah.
Like, at least make games like that again. Like, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Even if you lose, like, yeah.
Actually, I'm going to holster this idea for the next commercial break. I've got a topic for us to discuss.
Uh-oh.
There's a nice stuff. Who the hell is number 64?
Thick boy. I don't know.
Who is that?
64. Where do you see 64?
I'm looking up the roster right now. I swear to God, 64.
Walker? Oh, the dude with the dreads. Yeah.
Jonathan Ford.
Big boy.
Second year player out of Miami.
Okay. He does more shit like that. He's going to see more playing time.
Yeah, hey, I know. I was like, who is that?
Q sees a defensive lineman nobody knows. He goes, who is that over there?
You see his eyes light up. Wow.
Q, that is your version of the Bill Belichick white receiver meme.
Yeah. 7th round pick to Green Bay in 2022.
Even better. He's a Green Bay product. He can play football.
3-year starter.
Nice.
Matt LaFleur.
Big frame. 6'5", 330 pounds.
If you're watching the screen, you can actually see Q slowly falling in love, reading off these.
Let's slow our roll. Not falling in love, just thinking about the possibility.
You are smitten, Q. I can see that look on your face.
I need something, guys. I need something to keep me going.
So loud. Some serenading music plays in the background. Baby, it's better this way.
One of Lance Zerline's weaknesses for him is just struggled versus Appalachian State offensive line.
Where did he play his college ball, though?
Miami.
I mean, App State's a better program than people give credit to.
Yeah, I know. It's just hilarious that's like that
the determining factor.
That is. Or at least I'll tell you what, if that was in my draft profile for someone, that would be me saying this guy doesn't try. That would be my way of knocking a guy without knocking him too hard.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
like
fair.
that there's an effort problem there.
Yeah, I get that.
If I didn't feel comfortable enough saying it, like out loud. Because there are some guys who you see it clearly and some guys who question it about that you're not going to say it.
Yeah.
So it's more with those guys, more about like in some draft profiles, finding what's not said more than what's said. And that's that instance to me.
Fair enough. Yes, Anthony, it is the on-tap glass. Official beverage drinking glass of Ron Luce and the on-tap sports. I have an exclusive contract. I can't drink on the microphone unless it's in this glass. Hence the choice of wine in a whiskey glass.
It's the only way.
Yeah, we're getting real classy up in here tonight. Wow, that was a rough first quarter.
Yeah, well,
10-0. Yeah, okay.
That was.
Did we all predict them to lose, or
I think
did one of you guys predict them to win? I forget.
No, we all picked them to lose.
We were all like, yeah, maybe they'll be a little better, but like it ain't gonna be that much better.
Man. So I'm looking at the draft class. This is what I was saying. I'd holster till the commercial break. Like at number 75, Karan Amagaji. And at number 78 was Kalen Bullock, who's playing some real good football for Houston right now. Safety, like that hurts. Mac Gonzalez is at 79, is playing some nice offensive tackle for the Colts. I wanted Christian Haynes, who went at 81, but he hasn't flashed that much. So like that's easy to not feel regret about. But Dominic Pooney at 86 is the one that really hurts because he's probably been the most consistent offensive lineman among the rookies this year.
Yeah, in San Francisco.
But it's still too early to make any type of clear statement about it. But because he's such a developmental prospect, like it's going to take time.
Yeah. 100%.
But that's just the early read. Y'all know how tall Kevin O'Connell is?
He's like 6'6", isn't he?
Yeah, he's like 6'6" or something like that. He's a giant.
He's huge. Yeah, he's humongous. I mean, he was a quarterback. He's got to be big. Got to see all over those linemen that he never played with much.
Where did he play his college ball?
College? I don't know. I know he was with the Patriots for a while, though. Tom Brady backup.
Him and Cliff Kingsbury, man. He was a 3rd-round pick.
Yes, I do, Anthony.
Out of San Diego State.
San Diego State.
Yeah, he was picked number 93 overall.
What a bunch of facts. I'm so inspired now. Kevin O'Connell only played technically 1 season in the NFL.
Yeah.
Wow.
Left the league pretty quick to be a 3rd-round pick.
I was going to say to be a 3rd-round pick.
Belichick knew pretty fast.
Damn. That's crazy. A 3rd-round pick, and you sucked so bad you were out of football after 2 games.
Well,
he attempted 6 passes. Well, I think it was 1 season as a backup, right. But he played
2008 was probably was that Matt Castle?
Year.
So Matt Castle probably just took his job, like,
damn,
because Matt Castle wasn't supposed to be anything, and then Matt Castle was like, "Boom, your starter," and he was too good to let go at that point.
And then Matt Castle became Matt Castle.
Yeah, well, they traded him to KC for something.
Yeah, they did, and KC got 2. The first year he was in KC, they weren't that good. They were 4. He went 4-11 as a starter, but that second year he went 10-5 as a starter for KC. He made his only Pro Bowl. 2010. Then never played more than 9 games in a season ever again. Last seen in Detroit in 2018.
He never started in college.
Matt Castle?
Yeah.
He did not. That is the fun. That's one
of the wildest things. Like,
and the dude,
how he even got to the NFL is I have questions about how he even got there.
He played from 2005 to 2018 as a guy who never started in college. He played 14 years in NFL. That's incredible. Like, good on that guy.
Really, though.
Talk about believing in yourself.
Almost the opposite of the O'Connell story.
Yeah, literally. O'Connell backed up Castle for 1 year and then was so embarrassed he left football. But he's been a hell of a head coach.
Realized I'm a coach.
He's been a hell of a coach. I mean, yeah, Washington's OC back in 2019.
Ooh. What are
they were not good
doing in coverage?
I don't know. That's just
that is not a winning strategy against Justin Jefferson.
Just let him catch the ball in the middle of 4 defenders.
Yeah,
over the middle of the field.
Just widening out zones to let him run free. Like, that is not a winning strategy.
Wow, it was first year they were the number 1 team in offense. Oh, in yards, not in points. Top 10 in points, though. Can you imagine if the Bears got Kevin O'Connell instead of the Floose?
Didn't even interview him.
Fucking stupid.
I mean, Kevin O'Connell had one of the quicker rises of any guy recently. Like, I don't.
Oh yeah,
he never called plays. He had 1 year as an offensive coordinator, I think.
So he was OC for 3 years.
Okay.
So he started as a quarterbacks coach in 2015 with the Cleveland Browns. 2016 he goes to San Fran to be an offensive assistant. 2017, he goes back to the now Washington Commander, Washington Redskins.
16, that was Shanny. 16 in San Fran. That was like Shanny's first year, I think.
Yeah, so he went with Shanny for a year, then he goes to Washington. And I think that's where he found McVay, was in Washington. So 2017, 18, he was the quarterback's coach. 19, he was the OC. Leaves for the Rams. 2 years as the Rams OC, 20 and 21. They were good both years under him as their OC, but like you said, McVay was part of it. And then, he goes to Minnesota as a head coach, and he's had a pretty good 3-year stretch as a coach. I mean, they're 13 and 4, 7 and 10, 11 and 2. He's 31 and 16 in 3 years.
Yeah, he's been lights out, man.
He has 6 times the amount of wins as Eberflus did as a Bears head coach. That's probably not true, but pretty close.
I can believe it.
I mean, how many wins did Eberflus has as Chicago Bears head coach? He had
7 plus 3
plus 4 this year.
So 14.
14. So he had definitely more than double.
Oh man, that just hurts.
Tragic. Which one of those 14 Matt Eberflus wins was your favorite? I'm being dead serious, actually, but hilariously that it could be one of the 14.
His first one was awesome.
Oh, he dropped it.
Oh, did he drop that? I thought it was just a spray.
No.
Oh.
He just flat out dropped it. He needs more spider tack. My favorite Bears win under Eberflus. Honestly, it's up there. The Houston Texans win when Roquan got the late game pick to seal it.
Yeah.
Was an awesome game. That was a phenomenal football game that I thoroughly enjoyed. What other Eberflus game? The Atlanta Falcons New Year's Eve game is up there because I was there and it was snowing, which was awesome.
Detroit Lions.
Yes.
That's got to be my favorite.
That was a fun one. Justin had a big day.
And then his first game, the 49ers one, I think to me has to be up there just because it's like God, it was hopeful. You know,
it was hopeful because that was the first game of the 2022 season, and it was
outside
like, wow,
they've all kind of sucked.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, the New England Patriots Monday Night Football one,
that one was fun.
That one was fun,
but
especially because
outside that's just beating up on bad teams or like really injured teams, and like the Tennessee Titans won from week 1 this year, which was that was not fun.
No, that was not fun. I mean, it was cool that they won, but that was not fun.
Yeah.
Boy, come on.
Get him. Go and get him. Go get him.
Interception.
Let's go.
I mean, it was 4th down either way, so if he batted it down, it would have been better field position, but I'll take Tyreek needs a win. Tyreek needs a win.
Tyreek does need a win. AJ, he's not going to the Steelers. Knock it off.
At least not for another 3.5 years.
Stop it. Stop it. Russ is going to play until he's 49. He's just going to stay with the Steelers. And Mike Tomlin's going to die as the head coach because he's never going to retire.
Who signs Justin Fields next year?
Ooh.
He's going to be somewhere. He's too good of a backup to sit, and someone might give him a shot to start.
I was going to say that'd be my question: is he a starter or is he a backup?
I think it depends on the situation. I'm looking. Hold on. Teams. I need to look at logos.
Yeah, me too. I'm doing the same thing.
Honestly, I could see the New Orleans Saints giving him a chance.
I could see that. But Spencer Rattler might get a real shot there, though.
He might. He's actually been surprisingly okay for being a 5th round pick in his true rookie year.
So if he can't get a starting gig, and I'm the Ravens, I'm going after him hard. But I think the Dolphins would be really fun as a backup. Just the way Mike McDaniel does that run scheme could be, and with Tua needing a good backup because of his injuries.
That would be so fun, though. Could you imagine Justin Fields just like airing one out to Tyreek Hill for like 90 yards?
I think I have a winner, though.
Uh-oh.
Where he's going.
The New England Patriots.
Tennessee Titans.
I could see that.
The team's ready to win. Like, that team wants to win now. You can tell from their offseason moves this past year. They were like, we want to win. And they, like, Will Levis ain't going to battle. Like, they're going to be looking for a starter. And in this draft, maybe they draft a guy, but, like, if they don't, I think Fields makes a lot of sense there.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, how would you run the offense, though? Would you run it like almost like how Tennessee did with like Henry, where it's like a Tannehill style offense?
I'd try. I mean, Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry, but like my comp for Field, when Fields got drafted, my floor comp for him was Ryan Tannehill. Like, I think that you could run an offense like that with Justin Fields, and I think the Steelers were running it.
I think they did do that. Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I think
Arthur Smith was the OC in Pittsburgh, or is the OC in Pittsburgh,
and
that was the Derrick Henry Tennessee offensive coordinator.
That's why they need to start Fields again, because Najee was a monster when Fields was starting. Not that he hasn't been good since, but
maybe a Cleveland if they're trying to sell tickets, the hometown Ohio State.
We got some 85 Bears slander in here, or what?
I think it's a question, though. Is the 2007 Patriots team the best team ever? No, I mean, they didn't win the Super Bowl, but
yeah, no, the 85 Bears, 85, or if you really want to go to the what is the 71 Dolphins,
72 Dolphins,
72 Dolphins.
They only played a 14-game season.
Yeah, doesn't count.
If you're going by most wins ever to be undefeated, what was it, 19-0 for the Pats before they lost?
Yeah,
that's the largest in any one given season.
Or 18. I think it was 18.
Was it?
Because they had to have first round bye.
No, I know, but I'm saying in the sense of, oh yeah, okay, I understand what you're saying. No, never mind. You're correct. Yeah. I don't know. They were impressive, and then all it took was Eli Manning, because Eli Manning literally exists on this planet just because Peyton couldn't beat the Patriots all the time, so Eli needed to do it twice.
Eli is the biggest troll the NFL has ever seen.
He really is. Like, he's thrown so many picks, and like, he's literally only ever been to the playoffs twice in his career, and both times
on, you gotta get. There has to be something. They picked up a blitz beautifully. There had to be something opening up. Whoa. Either that, or the scheme was or the play was just screwed. Like,
yes, that's my bet.
Ron, you're gonna watch this blitz pickup. They picked this up, unless maybe they didn't bring all the guys that I thought they did.
There's five showing.
Okay, they had that one guy drop. That's what threw Caleb. But like, and you have Keenan Allen running a vertical again. Why is Keenan running the vertical? That could have been a home run with anyone else. Keenan's too slow for that.
Yeah, I think Caleb also double clutched it a little bit. Rome came open.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. Rome came open over the middle of the field, like early. It was a quick throw. He had if the guy came, it was right behind that blitzer. He was there. I don't know if Rome maybe didn't look at Caleb fast enough, and that's why Caleb double clutched it.
Well, we get the offense back out there.
Yay!
And our golden legged punter 4th round pick might be hurt, but
he's a rugby player. He's fine.
Ooh, he actually took a bit of a knock there. It wasn't all just NBA flops.
No, that was a good amount of contact accepted.
Yeah.
I'm glad he got his legs out of the way, though.
Yeah.
And just kind of like did one of those. I'll take it. Take one for the team. Maybe he won't have to punt the rest of the game.
Hey, that would be wonderful. Caleb promised it.
That would be nice. That would be nice. Can we just get one stupid game like that this year?
We've had a few.
I think the Jags to me is the only one that feels that way. Like a stupid win. That was a stupid win. That was like low stress. They just did whatever they wanted. It was great. Ever since the bye week, they haven't won a game since the bye week, let alone.
There were 2 games where he only punted twice, Green Bay and Jacksonville. He only punted 3 times in the Indy game.
Really?
Yeah, the Indy game was what I was thinking. Like the
Indy game was just such a weird game.
Yeah,
it was just a weird game. Yeah. Yeah. Jay Betts, I think, is onto something here.
Makes a good point. I think he's anxious to stay in the pocket or stay a thrower. And like, if it's there, it's there.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta be an athlete. Be an athlete.
Yeah.
Just go be an athlete, kid.
What was that? Was his footwork just thrown off? Oh, he tripped Swift. Or he tripped over Swift. He didn't really do much to
whack. No, actually, I think that helped Swift on the run because he had to stop for a minute and then he saw a hole open.
Oh, it actually made him read.
It timed him up. I'm not even kidding you. We're
All right,
gonna have
do
to
it
go
more,
back.
Caleb. So you're telling me that was on purpose?
Yeah, 100%.
Big brain theory for Caleb right now.
Big brain theory. Big brain theory. Hey, more of those. Let's get Cole Kmet involved in the offense, shall we?
Intentional tripping. It would be a flag if it was on the defense, but
yeah, on the offense though, some would argue self-sabotage. Caleb Williams and all of us would argue that it's going to help DeAndre Swift read a run lane.
Who's 85 on the Bears?
Who's that guy?
Throw that.
I haven't seen much of that guy.
I haven't seen that guy ever.
He knew?
Yeah, they just got him this week. Local kid, too. I heard it's a nice story. Something crazy. That was crazy.
Dead on arrival, but they made it. They got what they could. I'm impressed they didn't lose yards.
Sonny is back. Back again. Jalen Redmond. Oh, an undrafted free agent. What are those? No, we have one of those. He just plays backup quarterback. You never see him. Oh, I shouldn't have brought up his name.
You mean Tyson the Machine Bagent?
Yeah, we got to stop saying that name. If we say it 3 times, Ghost of Jim Tribe's going to show up in the comment section. It's like Beetlejuice.
Usually we don't have to say it once.
Beetlejuice. Ah, there he is. Scott says Cole Kmet with a mid-range angry run. Thought it said a middle-aged angry run. I'm like, what is that? That's when the dad goes crazy on the little kids in T-ball.
So, what's the most likely way that DeAndre Swift gets a touchdown tonight?
What's the most random way for him to get one?
Or what's your prediction? If DeAndre Swift scores a touchdown, how's he doing it?
Fumble Rooski. They're gonna leave it. And he's gonna go pick it up and score.
He gets tripped into the end zone.
1,000%. He trips, and because he trips, he dives low. And he was going to go over, and they were trying to stop him. So because he goes low, he scores. So Caleb trips him into the end zone,
right between Amagaji's legs.
Oh, speaking of Amagaji, Kieran is having a rough night.
Took his head off.
Kiddo is having a rough go at it right now. We're just going to watch Kieran Amagaji.
No more throw. I think every screen pass attempt to DJ Moore should be a backwards pass, so it's not technically a pass.
Just so But DJ Moore getting anything? Well, because Caleb, yeah.
I can't have Caleb getting the yards, man. My
Go for it,
livelihood
Thomas.
is on the line.
Gotta go for it.
Go for it, Thomas. You have nothing to lose. Literally, you're only down 10.
He already did it in the first drive of the game. Do it again.
I know. Just don't run a pitch to frickin' Swift again.
I mean, I say that like it's obvious, but Eberflus would go for it once and then wouldn't do it again.
That's true. No, you're
which
right.
is literally against the odds.
Do we know who scored for the Falcons in the other game by chance?
I do not.
I'm going to go see if it was Bijan Robinson.
Oh.
Go! What are we selling? This is why we need a power bang. Bijan did not score the touchdown. That sucks.
Who did?
I don't know. I'm looking. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Maybe we're not going to find out. Yes, we are going to find out. Who scored? Who score? Drake London. Touchdown pass from Kirk Cochains.
Kirk O'Chains.
O'Chains.
Good old Kirk's cousin.
I need a Bijan touchdown like I need air tonight. If Bijan has a at least decent week by his standards, I move on to the playoffs.
So they officially ruled that short.
Yeah, I think so.
Can we just switch games? Can we just watch the other game?
Falcons Raiders.
It might be more entertaining. At least for the first.
Bijan needs to fumble 11 times. The Swift be patient challenge.
Hey, Caleb didn't trip him. I put that on Caleb. Oh, it's fun though. I love football.
The optimism coming out in Q, just trying to remain just football.
At least football's fun, guys. Right?
Hey, man, I found number 64. That was fun.
I already forgot his name.
So did I.
Who?
Number 64.
Ford.
Oh, that's right. Jerome Ford or something like that.
Jerome Ford's a Cleveland Browns running back.
Sure is.
Jonathan Ford. That was
Jonathan Ford, yeah.
I knew it was Ford.
Jonathan Ford is the pride and joy and future of the Chicago Bears, gentlemen.
Pride and joy. Is he the pride and joy of Illinois?
Yep, he bears down. Chicago Bears.
Came out of Miami. Where's he from? Is he
Tony's
from
with me. Football is very fun.
Yeah, that's coming from somebody whose team is in a playoff spot right now. Tony, notorious non-Bears fan.
Fantasy's so dumb. Like, I got a bye week in both my leagues, and this is the least amount I've paid attention to fantasy this year.
Yeah, it'd be that way sometimes.
Yeah, I always end up in more leagues than I want to be in, and then I'm like, I'm never doing this again. And then the next year I'm in one more.
I was in 10 leagues this year.
Oh my God. I'm talking about like 4. It's too much for me, man. 10. That's
10 with 2 dynasty leagues.
You're being serious right now? 10?
I'm being dead serious. I play in 10 fantasy football leagues.
Like, how's that fun? Because like you have guys on your team in one league, and you're like, there's no reason to be happy.
Every time anyone in the NFL does something good,
right?
You like it and hate it at the same
time. There's honestly my mantra with fantasy football this year, every Sunday or every week for that matter, was I just hope everybody has fun. That was the mantra. That was the mantra. Gentlemen, I will be right back. Just 2 seconds.
Yeah. You know what I like to do for fantasy that like lets me get in more leagues and more opportunity to win money, but not actually pay attention to it? I like the best ball leagues that are out there because I can just, before the season, I can draft a bunch of teams and not look at them again till the end of the year and realize, hey, I just won $100. Great. Yeah, those are nice.
I used to be super into fantasy, and then they legalized the whole gambling thing. And now that's all I really care for. I still have my 2 leagues. I have my own personal league and a different one that's been around for like 11 years. I can't do more than 2 though, because again, for me, then I just
just right.
Yeah, it's
What are the odds the Bears get a top 5, 7, or 10 draft pick, Sonny?
We're at 9 right now, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I'd say top 10 is like something like 80, 90%. It feels like that is most likely going to happen. But top 7, I mean, I don't know. I'm curious if Tankathon does odds. They do for NBA, but that's because of the lottery. Yeah, we're at 9 right now. I mean, I'd say to get in the top 7, because right now the 3 and 11 Browns are at 7. I mean, that feels low. That feels like maybe maybe a 15% chance, and 5 is probably pretty similar to that. Like, I feel like it drops off quick after top 10.
yeah, I think we'll probably settle where we're at right now.
Yeah.
We've got to win one game right before the end of the year.
I mean, I hope so. I mean, they'll probably win week 18 at Green Bay with Green Bay resting starters. Well, that'll be how it happens.
I don't care. I'll take it.
But Sonny, did the cycle get you again this week? Were you feeling good coming into this one?
Not really. No, I think I've been beaten down enough where at this point, again, I was looking at Vikings minus 3.5 first half. I didn't take it. I just Caleb, don't get hurt.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. I was sitting here thinking, like, I think I bet the over in this, just because I figured the Bears defense would give up points and the Bears would probably get points eventually, as I've noted. But I couldn't do anything with the Bears to cover or anything like that. I just felt like it's done. I just want to see some bright stuff from Caleb and get to NFL draft. That's where I want to be.
It's just I didn't want to see last week, right? And I'm seeing a lot of last week. We just had so much optimism in Luce's last couple games where, I mean, you want to pull your hair out because of the endings of those games, but you like to see the competition and the fact that we're going up against teams in the division and, playing right till the end.
Yeah.
And then last week happened. Like, we had so much enthusiasm, so much energy for a regime change. And then
and how about the very next week, a 49ers player just literally quitting?
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't that electric?
It's wild. I've never seen that before.
I think the closest thing we've seen to that was
Vontae Davis, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Vontae retiring at the half.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one. Mid-game. Retiring. And he didn't even Devondre Campbell didn't even get kicked off. He got suspended for the final 3 games, which means he's still collecting his check. I think. Or maybe he's not if he's suspended, actually.
He might be suspended without pay.
Yeah, that's probably it. I wonder why they did that way, though.
Because if Vontae retires, he still gets any guaranteed money. Where, I think if you're suspended, you don't get paid anything. Yeah, J-Mass.
That makes sense.
No pay. Yeah.
All right, well, Tyreek did not get a win there.
AJ wants to know if he should let me in his fantasy league next year. For what it's worth, I do play in a fantasy league with AJ. I have the second best team in the league record-wise and the number 1 scoring team in the league.
Do you play any other sports or just football?
I do fantasy hockey and fantasy baseball.
He's in 20 hockey leagues and 30.
No. I'm in one. This year I did one fantasy hockey league, and it's literally just my excuse to pay attention to the NHL and not just the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah.
I am in 3 fantasy baseball leagues, though.
Okay. A bit more reasonable of a number. But
yeah. Well, baseball's long, though. Baseball, being a full season.
Fantasy baseball is a grind.
It is a grind, dude.
I only did it once, and I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, it's hard, but I like it because it keeps me informed with the league.
All right, 2nd and 3. Darrell Taylor's showing a little pop on the edge tonight. I feel like he's making a bit of chaos out there. Former Bears great Brett Rippon is now a Viking.
Who is?
Former Bears great Brett Rippon.
Oh,
Bears
right.
legend. Bears training camp legend.
That's right. Wow, they have 5 quarterbacks. Oh well, Danny Dimes isn't dressing. Look at him into that all white.
They say if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none. What do they say if you have 5 quarterbacks?
You have too many quarterbacks.
Oh my gosh, Edmonds has got to do something better with that.
This defense sucks the ass.
Hey, a sack. That's fun. Am I ahead of you guys? Am I like ruining anything?
You both are ahead of me, so it's fine.
Okay. So we're ruining everything.
Yeah.
It's a high stakes game, boys.
I just now got to the sack.
Yeah.
Nick Williams. Can't wait till he's a Chicago Bears legend.
Nick Williams.
You remember
Nick Williams is a Chicago Bears legend.
Do you guys remember Nick Williams? Oh, yeah, the guy who played for the Bears for like 1 season.
He was awesome.
He had like 1 good game. Yeah, in Minnesota, of all places.
No, really, wasn't Nick Williams the guy they signed in like 2019? Is it the same Nick Williams?
I don't think so. I could be totally wrong. I thought he was with the Colts. Nick Williams, yum. There was 2 Nick Williams.
Yeah, in 2019, Nick Williams had 6 sacks for the Bears.
Wait, really?
Got paid by Detroit after that.
Oh, that Nick Williams, yeah.
Yeah.
Is his name not Nick? I don't think his name's Nick. Is it?
Oh,
Chris
you're talking about
Williams?
Chris Williams?
Yeah.
Okay, that
That's
makes
what I was
more
thinking
sense. I was
I'm
like, did
sorry.
they sign Nick Williams and I didn't realize it? Like...
No, it's Chris Williams. That's totally my bad. I do remember Nick Williams though. That's funny. Yeah, I remember Nick Williams.
Chris
6
Williams
sacks?
has shown a little juice.
He really had
this year,
6?
though.
Yeah, and he played 2 years with the Bears. Wow. 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 Wow.
Well, also another Chris Williams who was a Bear, but
Yeah. That Chris Williams played tackle. I remember that Chris Williams.
Yeah.
Hey, Montez, question for you. Why are you not on the field, oh boy?
There's something wrong with Montez this year. Like he's hiding some injury. I get he has to be, and I mean, half the NFL players are at this point in the year, but like he hasn't been good all year.
No. How old is he?
28,
Old enough.
29 maybe. I think he's 28, going to turn 29 in the offseason.
We're talking Montez?
Yeah.
Talking the Tez effect? Check.
And like he was never in Washington, he was never the guy that we saw him be for the Bears last year. Like that was definitely an outlier for his career.
Make a tackle.
That half season stretch, but like I don't think he was ever this bad in Washington either. Like he's been just like consistently not a difference maker, and that was never the case.
What are you waving at? Yeah, Montez is 28.
Yeah.
He'll be 29 at the start of like next season, essentially.
Ron, who's your favorite Bear?
Current or all time?
Why don't we go both?
I think because of his time in Carolina, and I distinctly remember being like, the Bears should absolutely go after this guy, and people told me it was too big and it wasn't going to happen. DJ Moore is probably my favorite current Bear.
Yeah.
Honestly, my favorite all-time Bear, I think I've gone through the gymnastics that everyone in like our age range does. Like Devin Hester's up there, Peanut Tillman, of course, Urlacher and Briggs. But you know who I genuinely think is like maybe one of the most underappreciated players to ever play in the NFL? Matt Forte is my all-time favorite Bear.
You just took mine.
I love Matt Forte. I have an orange 22 Matt Forte jersey that I wear to just about every Bears game I attend.
Yeah. Sonny, how about you?
No, I mean, Forte was going to be my answer. He just, the fact catches the ball, rushed the ball. He was just fun to watch. Julius Peppers, that's who I thought Ron was originally going to say when you talked about Carolina. When we first got him, I'm like, who is this guy? Because I remember watching him in college. He played both sports at North Carolina. So I remember him being a big man on the Tar Heels. And then it just translated over to the NFL. And then he came here, and we already had Urlacher and all those guys. And I'm like Peppers was right up there with them. So he was fun to watch.
Peppers was fun to watch.
How about current Bear, Sonny?
No.
I don't think he has one.
No, I mean, I love Rome just because I loved Rome in college, and I was really, really excited to have him. Caleb seems to be the easy answer just because I've never been optimistic about having a quarterback. I'll just say Caleb. Yeah,
that's fair. For me, current, it's got to be Swervin' Jervin Dexter. Love me some Jervon.
Got him.
And Darnell Wright's up there too. But
another quarter, the answer is going to be Ford.
Perfect time to talk shit about Montez Sweat.
Give me at least 6 games to figure that one out, Sonny. But and then all time, I mean, my favorite Bear.
Oh, damn it! Offsides on the defense.
My favorite Bear
on Montez too
has always been Dick Butkus because of what he brought to the game, how much he symbolized the Bears and all that. But I never watched him, so it's hard to actually say that to people.
Q, I couldn't tell that he's your favorite player.
Yeah. That came out of nowhere.
But favorite Bear that I've lived to watch, it's hard to not go Mike Brown.
Ooh.
Really hard to not go Mike Brown. Tommy Harris was up there too, but I'm probably going Mike Brown.
Mike Brown was fun, man. Him and Bob Sanders, both of the 2000s, were just like, you thought like maybe they're going to be more, or they'd be able to stay healthy.
Yeah.
And just they couldn't, but they were both ballers. Oh, yeah. Good
now,
stuff.
Who was the most random Bear that you just liked way more than everyone else?
Oh, easy. Victor Cruz.
Victor Cruz.
Preseason with the team, dude. I had a Victor Cruz Bears jersey on standby ready if he made the team.
Yeah.
I love Victor Cruz. Irrationally love Victor Cruz. Victor Cruz is like probably for me of like off the wall, like non-Bear, just NFL players I grew up watching. Victor Cruz is absolutely my top 10 favorites.
Okay.
Absolutely. I read his book when I was in like middle school. And like, I remember I watched that preseason game when he balled out against the Jets.
Yeah.
And I was like, who the is this kid? And I just followed him the rest of the season. Then he became what he was for the Giants. He had a really nice career. And then like the Bears signed him and I was like, shut the fuck up. This is going to be awesome. And like the Bears receiver room was awful. So I'm like, he's going to make the team, right? Nope. Doesn't make the team. And I was like,
that Trubisky's rookie year?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yep, the Kendall Wright and Marcus Wheaton Chicago Bears.
Okay. Sonny, who's your most random Bear that you were just like, that's the dude?
I like jacked punters, so Todd Sauerbrunn, with the fact that he like boomed the ball every single time. Just like, yeah.
Okay. Man, for me, it's got to be Marty Booker. Marty Booker. I had a Marty Booker jersey when I was a kid. I loved Marty Booker. Even after he wasn't good anymore, I was still like, Marty Booker is that dude. And if you say otherwise, you're wrong.
Marty was that dude. Absolutely.
The other one is probably older than you guys. Neil Anderson was the first running back, first Bear I remember.
Yeah.
And so him being the first Bear I remember, like I legit just thought he was the best running back
you'd ever seen.
That I'd ever seen. Which at that point he probably was.
I like this line of thinking. Ron, who's the first Bear you remember?
The first Bear I remember? Mm-hmm. So fun fact, my football fandom life starts probably a full 3 or 4 games before it's a Bear that like I remember.
Yeah.
It started with the 2003 Super Bowl, Carolina, New England.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely fell in love with the Panthers for no reason. Well, there was a reason, actually. So I can say this is the first guy that I actually ever really who became a Bear. He became a Bear after the fact. The first ever Bears game I went to, they played the 2004 Eagles. All I remember is T.O. doing sit-ups in the end zone when he scored because it was like a 16-7 game. It was disgusting. But for me, I absolutely started to love a Panthers receiver, and my dad told me I couldn't get a jersey, and then he signed with the Chicago Bears. So then I got my jersey. It's Moose and Muhammad, baby.
Moose. Okay. For me, it's Keith Traylor. That
I love that. The fat man touchdown. Or near
that's what drew me into the Bears. Yeah, like I remember being in my basement just like playing video games or something, and I hear my dad just like dying laughing upstairs. So I'm like, something's funny. I gotta go find out what's funny. So I walk up and I'm watching this 350-pound behemoth just run, like trying to hand it off left and right, and no one will take it. And like from then on, I just watch the Bears on Sundays.
Man, that first half took an hour 17 minutes.
It's like Mark Burley's pitching.
Nice. Less time we need to stress about this team being awful. It's great.
Oh boy, those Bears walking in the locker room do not look energized.
Okay. I mean, can you blame them?
All right, so at half, we're talking about Caleb is 7 for 9 for 60 yards, 1 sack, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. DeAndre Swift with 11 carries for 32 yards, 2.9 yards per carry, a long of 7 yards. DJ Moore with 3 carries for 24 yards, a long of 9. And DJ Moore with 2 catches for 16 yards. Cole Kmet with 1 for 14. And we got Tyreek Stevenson with 2 passes defensed. One of those is an interception. DeMarcus Walker with 3 quarterback hits. Chris Williams with 2 quarterback hits and a sack. Fun times. Versus Sam Darnold at 145 yards on 15 to 24. Cam Akers with 14 rushing yards. I didn't even notice that was Cam Akers in there. Jordan Addison already at 58 receiving yards.
Things you don't love to see?
No.
Oh, Bijan got 1,000 yards. Does that mean he scored too? No, but he's getting close.
So Bears are clearly like they're running the football a lot more today. 19 rusher or probably 15 called rushes versus 13 called passes. They're protecting Caleb.
Yeah, I think you need to let the kid sling the rock though.
Yeah, I think it's the Amagaji effect.
I was going to say that one play in the beginning. I think someone even in the chat said like he almost got his knee blown out.
Yeah. But we're going to rally. They're going to rally. They're only down. They get a stop. They get a touchdown. They're right back in this game, boys.
Are we on a be right back break watch?
We can.
Oh, I need to personally. I need to take the old halftime bathroom break. You know what I mean?
Oh, go for it. Go for it. Sonny, on a scale of 1 to 10, how disappointed are you that you're not hearing Vanilla Ice in a few minutes?
Hearing what?
Vanilla Ice.
I don't get it.
Vanilla Ice is performing at halftime.
Oh, is he? Oh, no, I missed it. Again, I tuned in late. So
yeah, Vanilla Ice is playing the halftime show for Monday Night Football this week.
Minnesota going all. Is he from Minnesota?
I have no idea. I mean, I'm sure I can find out.
That is random.
He's from Dallas, Texas.
So that's what they're at, though. Like for the Bears, it's like
It's fitting. It's very fitting for a Bears game that Vanilla Ice is playing the halftime in today's day and age.
I didn't even know he still performed.
Yeah, I think he's interested in making money. So, but yeah, this is not out of character this first half relative to what we've seen from the Bears.
It's just dejecting, man. Like I said, it's just like I want something to be enthusiastic over. 7 for 9, Caleb, cool. 60 some odd yards, well, not as cool. And I know, like you said, he's played pretty well, coming from behind and all that, but it just how much does that matter? I want to see it like when it really does matter. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, here's what I would say about some of the previous games where like they came all the way back. To me, that matters. But like the stuff against San Francisco last week, that didn't matter. That was nothing. But I don't know. In this one, I'm curious whether they actually attempt to come back. Like this game plan so far looks like we need to keep Caleb alive, and we're gonna do that no matter what. I'm interested to see if they actually open it up and try to really throw the football here in the second half, because they might not feel like they can.
I mean, 13 points from what I saw. Like, I feel like every time a Vikings receiver wanted to be open, they were open. So giving up only 13 points in that first half is actually probably a win for us.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't make them punt. They held them to 2 field goals, though, in the interception. But you'll take it. I mean, 13 is manageable. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
I'm gonna look up Caleb's first half, second half splits. That's probably the way to go with this. I think really is they've thrown the game plan away in the second half and just like gone with what's working more than anything.
Let's see what the third quarter lines are.
Yeah, what's the betting update? Where's
I'm checking out right now. I can only get second half. Vikings -2.5, over under 20.5.
-2.5 for the third quarter.
Minnesota. No, it's for second half. I don't. Now that I'm in Texas, I can't use the actual apps anymore.
Wait, so is that for the end of the game? -2.5.
Yeah, second half. No, second.
Okay,
half.
Just second half.
I mean, just second half. Yeah.
Okay.
Over under 20.5.
In the first half, Caleb has 4 touchdowns this year. In the second half, he has 12.
Oh, wow.
So big difference there. Imagine it's a lot more dropbacks too.
All right, so tell me something positive from this first half.
Defense has some juice. Like the pass rush, I was expecting no Javon Dexter. I was expecting no pass rush.
Yeah,
they've shown some juice out there. Like they've gotten a sack on Darnold. They've gotten 1 sack, 6 QB hits. Like DeMarcus Walker's kind of doing some stuff out there right now, which is nice to see. I'm sad that they took the Montez Sweat sack off the board with the penalty, because I bet Montez Sweat to get a sack. Because he's done well against the Vikings. He's had a sack in both games against the Vikings. I think he has Brian O'Neill's number, and it looked like he did again there. I mean, I guess I don't know if he was offsides or what that got called back for, but yeah, I mean, the pass rush has looked better than I expected it to, and they've held Aaron Jones down in the run game decently. Like he had a 13-yard game. Aside from that, he's been getting stuffed. So that's something to be positive about. I mean, it's hard to make positives right now when we're talking a whole new coaching staff next year, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, let's talk about that, because there's some stuff coming out about like maybe we're seeing the Ben Johnson staff coming. There's rumors already coming together about that, about what that looks like, and him bringing I think it's Ray Agnew over from the Lions to be a GM for the Bears next year. So it's like it might be like a package deal.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Oh, it's interesting because I want to get the Charlie from Always Sunny, like all the strings up on the wall, like pointing picture to picture.
Right,
like,
right.
That's what it's like right now. But like Kevin Warren was with the Rams from 99 through 2001 as I'm pulling it up as I'm saying it. Or I'm sorry, 97 to 2000 as vice president of player programs, football legal counsel, and vice president of football administration. From 99 or from 98 to 2000, Ray Agnew was a running back on the Rams. So Kevin Warren knows this guy. Like, he was VP of player programs. He knew the players. Agnew is the assistant GM for the Detroit right now. The idea or the rumor would be that he would be coming over as GM. He seems like he could be Kevin Warren's guy with Ben Johnson. And then Ben Johnson shares an agent with Robert Saleh. So that seems possible. And I don't like, I am sure Robert Saleh is going to run a good defense wherever he goes. But man, I want a sicko defense. I want like Arizona Cardinals, Detroit Lions, Minnesota Vikings type scheme where it's just like I'm watching the trenches and going, that is insane. And I love it. Like, and that's just not Saleh, but Robert Saleh matches the Bears roster right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's similarities between Flus and him. It would make a lot of sense.
Whew, sorry about that. Bathroom line was crazy.
It's one of those, like, would you, I guess the way you're wording it, it sounds like it would be a Kevin Warren move. But the way initially you mentioned, like, that's a lot of decisions you're giving to a brand new first-time head coach, Ben Johnson. Like, that's a lot of power that you're going to let him pick the GM too.
Yeah,
but it sounds like this is like Kevin Warren thing. It just works in combination.
That's the vibe I'm getting, at least. Like, I mean, I guess we should probably clarify this too, because last time we were on the mic was more, I was more about wanting Poles to stay.
Right.
That Dan Wiederer article was a bombshell. That, to me, I read that and saw, okay, Kevin Warren wants him out. And my real, I've always got a conspiracy theory for you guys. My real conspiracy theory here is that Warren was like, he wanted to work with Poles until the end of the season, then figure it out at that point. And then, lo and behold, little birdie tells Sylvie that Ryan Poles isn't happy about the structure, and Kevin Warren goes to war. That's my conspiracy theory. Kevin Warren's first press conference with the Bears, he said, "This is a leaky ship, and we got to patch it up."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If his GM is going behind his back with anything to the media, that's an instant trust. You're out of the trust circle. You're gone. I'm not saying that's the facts. That's just my read on it of maybe something that might have happened here. Because if he felt this way at the press conference when they fired Flus, he wouldn't have said as confidently that Ryan Poles is going to lead this search. I think something changed.
And Kevin, like, again, I followed him for years, at least when he was the Big Ten commissioner. Like, he is that, like, we've talked about this. It's going to sound negative, but it's not. It's like he's very cocky.
Mm-hmm.
And like you guys mentioned, like, you kind of have to be in his position. So yeah, I can see if like all of a sudden he feels slighted in any sort of way. He's like, all right, well, I can show you. Just remember who's boss right now.
Yeah, and just who's like, he's just out of the circle of trust. Like meet the parents. Like he's out of the circle of trust now. It's like, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this all ends up playing out here as the season winds down. But I think Poles is done.
I can see it.
I don't know where that Weeder article comes from if it wasn't from high-ranking officials inside Hollis Hall. I don't know who's giving that intel, that level of depth on the intel.
Yeah, because there were some very specific stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was it was something. It was something.
But Bears are back. Time to get a stop. We're in this, boys. And if you're in the YouTube chat, it looks like it might have got cleared, but we need more comments anyway. So just keep them rolling.
Just keep it coming.
Ooh, nice pass breakup. Okay, Kevin Byard. I see you. I see you were listening to Bears on Tap last week.
Q, it's the age-old conspiracy. We all know the Cubs listen to Cubs on Tap. I'm pretty sure the Bears listen to Bears on Tap.
They got to. I mean, why wouldn't they? Oh, he almost was so close to that pick, too. Man, Darnold's missed. Darnold is not. He's a little shook up.
Yeah, Roger kind of nails it here. He says Vikings aren't that impressive tonight. They're really not. Darnold has looked very human.
Well, just maybe the Bears are following our key to the game. Maybe they did some self-scouting.
Make them uncomfortable and watch them get smoked.
Yeah, take Kevin O'Connell out of his element because Sam Darnold is, I believe, a product of Kevin O'Connell and the Vikings offense. If Kevin O'Connell is not getting the play calls in to beat what he expects the Bears to do, that's the best way to beat Sam Darnold.
Yeah, it really is.
It's not an easy thing to do, but I mean, it seems like they're doing it. And man, DeMarcus Walker again, he's having a game.
He is having a game. He's had a good little stretch lately.
Yeah.
He's a guy very much pleading to not be a cap casualty.
I mean, if he is at this rate, I think he might be making more money next year.
You're not wrong.
It's kind of a double-edged sword there, though. Like, you got to play crappy to be a cap casualty, but if you play well, you're missing out on the chance to potentially make more money. Like, did they just call?
I don't know what they just called. That was a very late flag. False start.
Bunch of dirty cheaters in Minnesota. Yeah, Roger. We just need a good start, a good drive. And they're right back in this thing. Right there.
Isn't that
second half offense? Let's go.
All the more reason to think how crazy this game has been when they're only one score gets them right back in this thing.
Well, that's what Q and I were talking about, I think, while you were gone. It's like, I feel like every time I've looked at the screen, Minnesota's throwing it to a open wide receiver, and yet they're only scored 13 points in that first half.
Yeah, crazy. Make a play. Josh Blackwell out here returning punts.
Okay, Josh Blackwell. Flag.
Where? On the field. Oh.
Terrell Smith. They're zooming in on Terrell Smith. Makes me think it's Terrell Smith.
Makes me think you're correct.
What's that?
We were I was sent a Slack message in our On Tap Sports Network. And there's a new chat goal out there.
I saw that.
I was not aware of this initially.
But I think that's how Tony wiped out the chat.
I think that's how the chat got wiped out, because now there is a chat goal for for me to shotgun a beer. So
let's get Ron shotgunning a beer out here, folks.
I don't know if I have a can of beer. I do have a can of beer. Oh, but it's not a shotgunning beer. That's okay. We'll do it.
Wait, what is it?
It's like a Sam Adams summer beer or something.
Let's make Ron shotgun some Sam Adams for the sake of America.
It's either that or there might be like a 6-month-old Busch Light somewhere in the back of my fridge.
Ooh. Yeah, 28 minutes, folks.
There's
I guess that was 28 minutes as of 15 minutes ago, or 12 minutes ago. You got to make him do it, Scott. You got to make him shotgun. Ron's fate is in your hands.
My fate. Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. It feels that way right now.
I mean, maybe Ron shotguns a beer and the Bears start scoring points.
I mean, it's always possible. It's always possible. In the meantime, I will continue to eat my mini wheats.
So, in the last 5 years of being a Chicago Bears fan, and it's been a crushing 5 years, but where does this season rank from best to worst? Like best being 1, worst being 5. How would you rank like those last 5 years? I guess just going through each year.
4.
Second worst?
I think this is my worst. When I think about how excited and energized I was in the preseason with Caleb watching Hard Knocks, all that, I believed in polls, and again, I love the draft pick of Rome. I was excited. I was ready to go and start the season off at 4-2. Here we go. Caleb's playing well. And then big fart noise.
I don't know. I think
you got to get rid of the football, homeboy.
I think having greased up deaf guy has made it better for me, if I'm being honest. Because the best one in there was probably 2020, just because they were competitive and everything. Then, second best,
2021.
Oh, I don't know, man. 2021 was painful.
2023 was kind of fun.
I don't know. I think this is my second bet. I think this is my second favorite in the last 5 years.
Yikes.
Second favorite?
Mm-hmm. Because 2023, I guess you weren't here for this, Sonny. I died.
That's true.
Died week 1.
That's true.
I knew it was done. It was over. If Justin Fields couldn't figure out these plays, like what am I doing the next 17 weeks? Like I was just done. And then like it did get better, but like it was still like I just didn't until I realized they might get the number 1 pick. It was like I don't know that I can keep doing this. And then 22 damn near killed me from a podcasting standpoint. That was just so miserable. That like I don't know how we kept
it was
every week. And it's like 22 has to be the worst. So 2021 has to be 5th. Or I'm sorry, 3rd. 3rd to me. And then I go 2023 and 2022. So this is the second best year in a while, guys, for me.
Fair enough, man. No wonder you've been so positive this season.
It's been hard to be a Bears fan. It's been hard to be a Bears podcaster.
It really has. But you know, the day that this team is truly competitive, if ever, it's going to be awesome. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to be so good. They're going to be the talk of the town.
What just happened, Sonny?
What happened?
I don't know. I saw Sonny not happy.
Well, again, you probably saw it 5 minutes ago, but I just saw. Oh, never mind. Disregard.
Okay.
Abandoned ship. God, how excited do you think Disney Company is tonight? Got 13-0 on one channel and 9-3 on the other.
I'm sure they're happy either way. I was thinking about this earlier as to why they do the double headers. It's probably for the betting.
Dude, I don't know. Every time I see Thomas Brown on the sideline, he does not look comfortable.
He's got a coach from the box, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. Like, damn it. Yeah. See, again, I just now saw that missed Keenan play.
Okay, that just happened for me too. So we're.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
maybe I caught up
a little bit earlier to see if I could even it out some.
Yeah, so we're pretty much at the same spot. I just feel like he kept going out of his way to mention that he thought about staying up in the box.
Mm-hmm. Come on, Viking, touch it. You won't. He didn't. All right, Sonny, looks like you're up next if this goal expires.
I don't have a beer. I'll have to take a shot of whiskey or something, but sure.
All right.
I mean, that plays.
One way or the other, it all evens out.
Hassan had a good comment here. He said he also agrees with you, Q, that he believes Warren leaked that info to Weeder.
I mean, it worked, right? Like, it changed my opinion. Just from the standpoint of they are not aligned.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like, I feel like it's easy to get optimistic when you're talking about firing people, but it's also important to think about. It's really bad for the QB.
mm-hmm.
Like, I think it might be their only place they can go, but it's really not a good thing. Like, they have put themselves in such a shitty spot with all this.
The Bears doing something that doesn't make sense. Q, stop. That would never happen.
They are creating brand new case studies for what can impact a quarterback.
What can and could go wrong if we did this?
Yeah.
Would you look at that? We found it.
Like, if they took, like, in facility footage of them handling Trubisky, them handling Fields, them handling Caleb Williams, I think other NFL franchises would pay a disgusting amount of money to see just, like, what all happened and how they can avoid doing that.
Simple answer. Don't run a team like a mom and pop shop.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it is, right, Q? I think you said it perfectly. Like, the money on the field you have to spend.
Yeah.
But you don't have to spend on a big GM or a head coach, or if you're physically employed by the team, but you're not a player, a part of the union, like you don't have to be paid a certain amount.
Mm-hmm. You can pay Olin Kurtz $15 an hour.
Yeah, literally. But it really does showcase it. Like, how little they actually try to invest in the team.
Yeah. And good question from Hassan. If you keep Poles, does Johnson want to come? I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Or maybe Johnson wants his own guy, or maybe he just cares about being aligned contract-wise. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think from an outside perspective, after that article came out, it's really hard. It's going to be really hard to repair that image to a head coaching candidate.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I have to go revisit that article because I think I read through it so quickly that I need that just reminder of like, whoa.
I mean, I would bet money that, because one of the things that really stood out to me was the Nate Davis stuff about a Bears coach said, this guy is not the way to go. He does not work hard. He's not a team player. And I would bet money that if you look at the Bears staff from that year, their assistant O-line coach had spent the previous 3 or 4 years in Tennessee as tight ends coach. I would bet that coach was the guy who came from Tennessee. So as a guy, if that's true, a guy who saw it up close and personal, telling you that, and you still sign him. Like, and who knows? Maybe some of that's flus. Maybe some of that's Getsy. Maybe they were like Eberflus was like, we saw this guy in Indy. He was always tough. But when a guy who coached the guy is telling you that, I don't know. That's just hard to get past.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Bears get the ball back again. Ron, this is starting to feel eerily similar to the Texans game that we did the watch along for, where it was just like, well, Bears get the ball again. Let's see if they can do something. Then just bump.
Don't say that. Don't remind me of that horrendous game. Boots it away.
Got some space to return it, though.
And it's gone.
What, the Bears already punted?
Oh, no. I was in space.
You must be a minute and a half ahead.
Yeah, just a minute and a half.
That's all we can give him credit for.
Well, are we talking like actual game clock? If so, it's even less. If so, it's even less. What are we?
I do feel like the Bears have been a pretty solid punt return unit this year. Seems like they get good field position a lot off of punt returns.
No,
maybe we should have made him head coach then. The one unit that's working.
No, you had to see what you had in Thomas Brown, though. Like, you had to find out. In my mind, like, that's.
Did you?
I think you did.
Like,
if he was still up in the booth and making the offense look good, he'd be getting a head coach look. And how do you feel about that? Like, you know, I mean, that's where I'm at. Like, if he were doing well as OC still, he would need to get the head coach look. And then you're doing it on partial information, which right now we say he shouldn't get a head coach look. And I think that's the information you gain from it.
But it's just still tough. Like, I get what you're saying, but the Bears just look like a completely different team when he was the offensive coordinator. And for me, it's like, I understand, like, you have to see if he's a capable head coach, but I would have just wanted to kept the momentum going between him and Caleb. And then if you ultimately decide to make him head coach over the offseason, it's probably because you did win a couple games. And at least he has an entire offseason to prepare to be the head coach. Whereas in the situation he's at now, he got promoted twice in a span of a few weeks. And again, this is just, I'm a couple degrees short of my PhD when it comes to body language, but like, it just seems like he looks like he's uncomfortable every time they pan over to him.
Yeah, I think my mindset was, if he's gonna be a good head coach, it's because he's a McVay, he's an O'Connell, he's a guy who didn't need to do a whole lot of it before becoming it for it to work. And so that's that. I mean, at least that's my read on it, where I think he might still be a solid head coach someday with more experience, but I know he's not that instant difference maker, which means to me, I mean, I don't think next year would be a big difference for him. But I mean, it's all speculative, like, right? There's no right answer here.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. And plus, too, it's like, I guess I beg the whole God, who died?
Swift?
Oh no!
Who's
Oh my
helmet?
God, he's helmet. I thought it was Swift's head rolling around too. I was like, oh my God, he's dead. I was like, he's dead. He just died.
It's like any given Sunday, his eyeballs hanging out over there.
Oh my goodness. Wow, that was a moment of like, his head might be dead. He might be going. That might be it. Wow, that threw me off so well that I don't even remember where my thought was going. Yeah, I don't know.
Did you see that? There's someone on Twitter called Thomas Browning because everyone was doing the what's his name? Mike Tomlin, our version of Mike Tomlin. And then after the week 1, they called him Psych Tomlin.
That's incredible.
There you go, Rome. He's got to get over 43.5 yards from me.
Nice. I will say this. So this was where I was going with it, though. But like in fairness to Thomas Brown, like you're getting brought in on like literally the worst possible situation you can get brought on. Like you are not you're not even getting a real like head coaching gig because you're having to do everything undermanned, like as a staff, because you're already out an OC and a head coach. So it's like, I don't know. It's the classic Bears setting everybody up to fail.
Yeah.
You need what? 43.5?
4.5 more yards.
Close.
That's kill me.
That's not him. That's not Roma Dunze.
I think Hassan's point here is really what I was scared of. I was scared of the Freddie Kitchens scenario. I needed to know if, like, it's probably not a fair to Brown, but like, I needed to know if he was the instant ass kicker or if he was not. And it doesn't look like he is, but that doesn't mean he might never be a good coach. I don't think I could take a coaching hiring cycle with the indecision around, well, he was a good OC. Will he be a good head coach? Like, will he, and then him building a staff of probably a pretty limited staff, but like the whole media cycle of you can't let this guy go, like,
yeah.
Oh, Jay, where's Jay in the comments? We're so close to the Swift touchdown.
He literally, oh my God, comes up at the
Fumble-Rooski time. It's time for the Fumble-Rooski, Ron.
I'm ready for it.
Call trips. Use information.
Oh my goodness.
All right, call it. Cole Kmet, touchdown.
Oh, we're calling it?
Good fun.
It's going to be Doug Kramer.
Swift. It's going to Swift. You see Kramer in there, it's going to Swift.
Yeah.
Because they ain't doing that. They ain't doing it again.
There's the Swift touchdown.
The Bears are back. They're right back in this, boys.
No, but like literally we are.
After
all that,
I'm not even kidding.
We're literally one touchdown.
There's a flag.
Oh, come on.
This has got to be unsportsmanlike or something.
Yeah, I think it's after the play. I don't know. I have mine muted, so I'm just trying to read lips here. Yeah. Was Kramer being a dumbass after the play? Shocking.
Probably. He likes to get feisty. He likes to chop it up.
They took the touchdown back.
Sure did. Dumb.
Illegal substitution. Maybe Kramer didn't.
I don't think he identified himself.
Yeah.
God, that's stupid. That's just a bad penalty. That's just dumb.
Some of the like ancient rules in football are kind of like funny when you really think about them. Of like why
they're 1,000%
not necessary anymore.
Right. Throw it to Rome. Oh, he's not even in. Never mind.
Oh, Swift! Ah.
Wow, he got to go down to the 1 yard line twice.
Now the camera needs to pan over to Kramer checking in.
We're pulling
sure?
for you here, Jay. We're trying.
Are we sure he's checking in?
All right. Hey, just bring Kramer back in. Run it back.
And let him not report again. Oh, there he is. Did he report this time?
Can you imagine
like
how funny would it legit would be
Kramer.
funny
like
if he didn't?
Oh, that would be so bad.
Mm.
Oh, what a great play. Oh, there's another flag. He didn't report. I told you he didn't report.
There's no way. There's
Could you imagine? Could you imagine the stupidity of that? Nope. But it's on the offense.
Did he say it looked like he said 68?
No, it's 72.
Oh, 72. Okay.
Are we hearing
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to watching the Chicago Bears,
Yeah.
Jay. I know you're a Cowboys fan, but this is a weekly occurrence.
We got fun and games of watching delinquent football teams and wishing we liked like the Bills maybe or something. Oh God. Oh, I fell.
That's the type of shit they tell you in the Ivy League. When you go down, just make sure you bring him with you. Like it just doesn't get called. Like, oh. Thank God Caleb has eyes in the back of his head because I thought he was about to get decapitated.
This is
they have been going to Rome a lot the last 2 weeks.
Every escape.
I think they asked Caleb, who do you like throwing to?
Yeah, because he had 2 touchdowns last game.
Yeah.
Went after him again just now.
Who's your guy, Rome?
Oh, bad barrel.
People don't talk about it enough, Jay. You are a bigger Bears fan than me. I'm a Bears hater at this point.
Sonny is on the board. You are now the whiskey chugger, I guess. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
We went from taking a shot of whiskey to chugging whiskey?
I guess. I don't know. No, just a sip.
Unless you want to chug. I wouldn't blame you.
Man, we had 7 points here. Come on.
Football is fun, guys.
When you hear Troy Aikman go, I don't know where this football was going here, you know there's problems.
Oh, do you have the broadcast in your ear, Ron?
I do now. I just turned it on a couple minutes ago. I have a very, very light volume. Missed face mask calls. Yep, that's one of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's because he's greased up. He couldn't rip the face mask.
Curran was in on that play. Where was? Oh no, that's Pryor's big ass. Never mind.
About the same size.
Yeah, they're both very large human beings.
Well, I just want to remind everyone out there that football is fun.
No, it's not. Stop it, Q.
This is not a reminder of that at all. Oh, I have quite the opposite feeling.
Jay says he's chugging Everclear as a result of that drive. That was that's
DeAndre Swift getting to the 1 yard line twice,
and his touchdown being called back for an illegal substitution, illegal formation, and then them to piss it away and only get garbage out of it.
Oh boy,
God, that was dumb.
Hey, Swift's up to 4.3 yards a carry now.
Who cares?
Perfect response.
So stupid.
Romo Dunes is only 4 yards away from hitting your over, Sonny.
It's true. And when they have to play garbage time football, he's going to get 4 yards. Well, I shouldn't say that. He might not get 4 yards because the Bears will bear and find a way to bear this thing away and make it even worse.
You guys okay with me jumping away for a minute?
Do it.
Okay.
What if we said no?
Then I would pee my pants. All for the viewers.
Yeah, that'd be the most interesting thing to happen tonight.
It's not cool unless you pee your pants.
Call me Miles Davis.
Unbelievable. All right, now that we've hijacked the broadcast, Sonny.
Go Cubs.
Yeah, let's talk about that really quick.
I mean, at least someone's bringing us some energy in this.
Oh my God! Thank God. One of the teams that we sit on a microphone for here at On Tap is actually trying to do something, even though it's just going to be for 1 year, and Kyle Tucker's not going to re-sign. I'm just going to have fun in 2025. Exactly. I just want to have fun again.
You know, I didn't think we would do it, and then it looked like we were going to do it, and then I got excited, and now I'm roped right back in.
I know. I'm so ready. I'm here for it. I'm ready.
Like, in a way, I like, Jed's basically fighting for his job right now. And sometimes that's what it takes. Sometimes just no complacency.
You gotta heat that seat up a little bit, just a little, get the fire burning underneath it a little bit. Now I like what they've done so far. I think they're gonna make one more move before Christmas. It might be small, but I think they do something before Christmas. And then I think you'll see everything else happen between the first of the year and CubsCon. Because I also think Jed wants to get everything hit for CubsCon because he doesn't want to get booed at CubsCon.
Right. So you're thinking like that Marlins pitcher?
Luzardo? Maybe. Yeah. I could see that happening, especially if it's just a prospect deal. And Miami's been notoriously bad at negotiating prospect deals. So like the Cubs might be able to pull a quick one on them. I don't know. Maybe they go crazy and somehow get Roki Sasaki, and then we're all roped right back in right before Cubs convention because it's the 17th, and he's going to sign probably as of the 15th when the new bonus pools come out. Could you imagine on the 15th, like when he's probably going to sign, it just all of a sudden it's like Roki Sasaki's a Chicago Cub, and we're like the Wednesday before CubsCon.
Yeah,
this city will explode. I would explode in pure excitement. Scott, avid Cubs on Tap listener and friend, says Cubs keep Belly and sign a closer before CubsCon. I think they signed 2 relievers. Scott, they might keep Belly. I see a world now where they have the upper hand. They could keep Belly. They absolutely could keep Belly. Huh?
Would you play him at first?
Yeah. You'd have to.
And then
he's not going to. I mean, you're not bringing Tucker into DA. They would have to move some pieces around.
So that's why, I kind of understand the idea of Bellinger leaving.
But I think they don't just want to give him away, which is smart.
Right?
They shouldn't.
Oh, Q. By the way, this is a Cubs show now.
Yeah, we hijacked the microphone. Yeah, we hijacked the game because Aaron Jones is picking up 2 yards on 1st and 20.
I mean, what else did the McCaskies expect us to do?
Yeah, man.
The Ricketts actually spent money once,
Yeah, just once. Yeah.
Well, I guess more they did 4 years there. It was
but they signed a lot of dumb free agents.
Yeah, they didn't spend money wisely.
We're being brutally honest. The best free agent acquisition the Cubs had during that chase was probably Yu Darvish, if I'm being brutally honest. Outside of Darvish, Chatwood, garbage. I know Hayward worked out because they won the ring, but
I mean, what about Zobrist?
Benny was a good one. That was a good spend of money.
And Lester has to be.
Yeah, but I would consider Lester and Zobrist before the window.
Before that,
yeah.
Then their signings after the World Series year were kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Besides Yu Darvish, but Tyler Chatwood wasn't good. They spent a lot of money on a lot of guys that didn't
Tyler
deserve the
Chatwood.
money. Oh yeah, Tyler Chatwood. Wow, and they still converted a 1st and 20 on 3rd and 3. This is why we're going to talk about baseball.
Yeah, I mean, it was all just about retaining their guys at some point there. It wasn't really, they didn't go after free agents as much.
Yeah, how much money did they waste on Bodie? Bodie made a lot of money off the Cubs. Like $13 million over like 6 years. I mean, last year he made $5 million, I think, in the minors.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like a super long just contract that was like 5
Yeah.
years, wasn't it?
Well, it was super long and it like escalated. So like the first couple years, it was only like $1 million, and then it was like $3 million for 2 years. Then it was like $5 million for a year, and then there was 2 player option years for next year and the year after for $7 million. But the Cubs didn't pick up.
I mean,
now team options.
Now that I think about, Seiya was a good signing.
Was he?
I like Seiya. I think he's a good.
I like Seiya too, but like
third best hitter in the lineup.
See, but they have a lot of those guys. That's the problem. That's why Kyle Tucker was so big.
That's why we needed Kyle Tucker.
That whole team was like guys that should be the second best hitter in their lineup.
But isn't Seiya making like $17 million a year or something like that? I feel like that's good value for what he does.
He was making 21. This year he'll make 19.
Oh, okay.
He's making effectively $20 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, Ron. It was Hayward and Darvish and Zobrist. And that was really
those were their big 3. And Lester. And outside of that, though, it was like I remember them telling us that Daniel Descalso was going to make up for their deficiencies at second base in 2019. I remember
when they DFA'd Schwarber, I said, I'm done with it. Like, I was like, adios.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I think a lot of people were DFA'ing Schwarber, and he goes on to Philly. And
like, if they traded him, I could get it more. But like, it was just like,
yeah, you literally let him walk for over $8 million. That's what he was due. Stupid. And then he resurrected his value and signed for good money, and I think he's beautifully paid for what he is. Like, he doesn't hit for high average, but he'll hit bombs and he'll walk.
This year, I thought he was hitting for a pretty good average for a good portion of the year, but that's June, like May, June. Schwarber is never real Schwarber.
No.
Yeah, he hit 250, OBP at 366.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
OPS 851.
But he walked 106 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that helps. 104 runs driven in, gross. 38 bombs, 22 doubles.
So being in Philly, this is the thing that I hear the most. It's like people will say, like, why does he strike out so much? I'm like, because he's hitting 40, 50 bombs. Like,
he's swinging for power.
And this year it was like the coaches clearly said, okay, we want you hitting better. And he hit 35 home runs instead of 47,
Right.
Like
his home runs
not hitting 50.
Yeah, his home runs came down, but his average went up.
Yeah.
Well, he became an RBI guy. I mean, he was 104 ribbies this year.
As a leadoff man.
Yeah, that's crazy. He's a stud, man.
Love Schwarber.
Yeah, keep throwing balls like that, Darnold.
Yeah, Darnold does not look good right now.
No, he doesn't.
They must have changed something up with their coverage pretty heavily, and it looked like they had a few busts early from it, but he hasn't been able to make them pay.
Nope. Good. Let's keep it that way. What was I going to look up? Oh, I need to see if Bijan's doing anything. How you doing over there, Bijan Robinson? Not great, Bob. Not great, Bob.
If they can keep shutting out Hawkinson, I might have a chance in fantasy.
And you know what's going to be criminal, too, is the fact that Brian Thomas Jr. is on my bench. I could have played him over Calvin Ridley. I would have played him over Calvin Ridley.
Oh, wait, no, Hawkinson has 52 yards. I'm pretty cooked. Wait, who was on your bench, Ron?
Brian Jr. I played Calvin Ridley. I forgot to set that line up properly. Whoa, what the fuck happened? Oh, there it is.
Well, that happens on occasion when you have 10 teams.
Yeah, hey, you're not wrong. You are not wrong, my friend.
Happens to me. I have 4 teams.
Brian
I started guys who weren't even playing multiple times this year on accident.
Yeah, Brian Thomas Jr. is a monster.
Taylor hurt.
It looked like it.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Oh, I guess after Tyreek's, I didn't catch this after his interception. He did a skull taunt.
He did.
He did. I didn't even notice that. Dude just wants that heat. Oh, wait. This is why the Bears aren't winning. I don't have my lights on.
Oh, gotta turn them on. Jingle bells, jingle bells. The play calling really sucks.
All right, things are going to turn around from here.
Q, if they do, I will tell you to have those lights on 24/7. It might affect your energy bill, though. Just be warned.
I just hope they don't overheat and catch on fire.
Are they that old?
No, I mean, they're from, 2005, maybe?
Oh, they're okay.
But if they're on 24/7, they're going to get hot.
Yeah, that's fair. Got to turn them off for at least a little bit.
Wait, so is this an injury pause? Or did the Vikings just punt? Yeah, I think it's just injury timeout. You know, I think I have talked myself into the over in Bears Vikings more than any bet that I just cannot win. Like for like 5 years straight, I've thought that I had like the perfect over bet in a Bears Vikings game, and it can't happen. It's not possible.
No, never. Why would it? Why would it?
Like the year where the Bears were starting Thomas Graham as their number one quarterback or cornerback because their secondary was all that hurt, and they made Kirk Cousins look awful somehow.
Sure did.
I was like, Kirk Cousins is going to drop 40 on us. It's the over. It's like at 33 or something. It's ludicrously low. And nope, Vegas knew.
Vegas just knew better. Vegas knew because it's all scripted. No, I'm just kidding. What a dart. That's a good Sam Darnold throw.
Yeah. So it seems like they are just, I don't know. I mean, I guess it doesn't seem like they're just playing Jefferson like anyone else this week, but they're taking their shots, which was what we said in the pregame they needed to do. They needed to take their chances against him at times, be calculated with it.
Yeah, I don't know how calculated they've been, but they've taken shots.
I mean, he's got 5 catches for 44 yards? Like,
and a touchdown.
That's manageable to me. Yeah, and a touchdown, but
his over-under was 81.5.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
Because probably the worst, like, I don't know. The worst thing you can be against Jefferson is probably predictable. You know, like predictable in how you're going to play him.
Yeah, I would say so.
But in the red zone, you need to man up. Like, I mean, yeah. you double him then. Like, you just can't let him go against zones in the red zone. But why would you throw it when you got Aaron Jones against the Bears D-line?
Facts. Yay.
Is that Spider-Man?
You can't do the Lambo leap there, Big Pimp. That one dude cannot lift your ass.
Oh man, they just got
Let's get 8 touchdowns, please.
They just got handled. Well, since I said the Bears are back, it's only been bad.
The Bears aren't back.
Literally, it's all been very bad. Did you guys see happen to see Jacob Infante's tweet right before the game?
No.
Oh, it's gold. See if I can find it.
Is it just factually accurate?
Oh, very.
Oh, then we love that. We love that.
Man, he tweets a lot during the game. So do I, though. So
$68 million well spent. Keenan Allen, Tremaine Edmonds, Nate Davis, Gerald Everett, and DeAndre Swift.
Crushing it. Bears linebacker Jack Sanborn has the chance to make history tonight. With just 1,901 tackles tonight, he'll become the NFL's all-time leading tackler.
I saw that.
Yeah, I saw the same thing with like Roma Doomsday.
Yeah, I think that was a shot at the underdog post saying if Roma Doomsday got 23,000 yards or something like that on Monday Night Football, he'd be the all-time leader of Monday Night Football receiving yards.
I think I like Jacobs better just because it's Jack Sanborn. It's like it's a player that no one really knows outside of Bears fans.
100%.
And Taylor Swift fans.
Did you see that ukulele or whatever his name is, college football declared for the draft?
DJU?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's man, talk about disappointment. Kid looked like he was gonna be good.
So he's gonna go undrafted.
No, someone will probably pick him just on trades late in the draft. I mean, I'm gonna say 4th round.
You think that high?
Maybe. I mean, I think if he's in the 5th round, I wouldn't knock a team for taking him. So that's why I say 4th.
Fair enough.
He's just got some awesome traits. Like, I mean, the Penn State quarterback went in like the 5th round, I want to say, a few years ago. Sean Clifford. Let's see, where'd he go? If I'm lying about that, might have been later. Yeah, 5th round, pick 149. Sean Clifford got drafted. DJU can get drafted.
Fair enough.
Drew Aller's sticking around for his senior year.
I'll tell you what.
What do you guys think of Belichick?
Dude, I think he's going to build a freaking powerhouse there if he stays long enough to do
I was going to say, it's either going to be a powerhouse or it's going to fall flat on its face. There's no in between.
Yeah.
This is going to go either excruciatingly well or excruciatingly bad.
Like, I think he's just going to have some serious money to play with, and he's going to turn that thing into running like an NFL front office, like without a salary cap. And like, I know, so basically, like, he can coach like Nick Saban coach defenses, right? Like, I know that.
Yeah.
So, like, then if he gets the offensive recruits and the defensive recruits to, like, really, I see ways that thing becomes a monster. But, like you said, Ron, it could fall flat on its face if he's not fully committed to it.
Yeah. Or if he just finds out that the NIL sucks.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to imagine him talking to, like, a 16-year-old, 17-year-old.
Why he recruited a 21-year-old?
Huh?
His girlfriend.
Oh, fair.
See, I mean, I had a theory that maybe he just wants to be around more college-age women.
That's fun.
All right, here comes a touchdown. I'm going to talk it into existence. I'm going to talk it into existence.
Roma Dunze deep ball?
I'm here for it.
No.
Oh, look at DeAndre Swift getting the yards after contact. He's going to get all the way to the 1.
just to come up short. Yeah, they don't need to blitz as much as they typically do, Troy, because Kieran Amagaji is a swinging door of a saloon.
Yeah. Also, I mean, I didn't think they were going to blitz as much this time because it didn't work last time.
No, Caleb torched it last time. Oh,
But
they're running
he
no
hasn't
huddle.
really been good against full coverage.
Thomas Brown just looks like he doesn't want to be there. Like they just
truly his mindset last year, he had to take over as offensive coordinator of a team who didn't want to be there. And he's probably feeling like I'm in this same shit again. Like to some degree, like that has to be happening to some degree.
I'm sure it is.
Like it's hard to coach a team that doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
And you know, they're paid and I know all that. Like, but like they're playing for nothing, you know?
Yeah. For next year's contract.
Yeah. You guys ready for Keenan Allen to go get 1,000 yards somewhere next year?
That's gonna happen. I think Rome will get 1,100.
Where does Keenan go?
I don't know. Let's pull up the old every team
AARP
and see.
Yeah, let's do some team. Oh.
It's got that makes sense. I can see that.
Keenan goes to KC.
So I was thinking that, but I believe he wants to be in California, like West Coast, to be near his family. He doesn't want to move his family. Like he either wants Chicago or near LA. I don't know if he has that type of ability to dictate that anymore, but like maybe he goes to the Rams. Cheap deal. Like if it matters that much to him and he's saying I'll sacrifice money to be close to family, he might just go to the Rams.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if he goes to like the Raiders?
Yeah, that's where I think he will take less money to avoid that type of situation.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because also he's going for records. He probably wants the quarterback. You know?
True.
All right, so I think he's going to the Rams and getting like 800 yards next year.
Tony's got an interesting question here. Wildest offseason prediction for the Bears?
Ashton G&T.
Caleb demands trade.
Oh,
stop that! Don't even say that.
I wish I didn't say that. I feel like I don't want to use that get clipped down the road.
What old takes were correct?
Yeah.
Wildest off season. The Bears trade back into the first round with their 2 second-round picks.
I think that if Ryan Poles is here, I think that's a very strong possibility. Like that that he pulls a move to really make
Jed Hoyer
good now. Yeah,
it goes a little
Jed Hoyer game plan.
No, don't run perpendicular, Swift.
I think I'm going Ashton G&T.
That would be wild. Scott says they trade up for Travis Hunter. Tony says that was wild, Sonny. Yeah, Tony enjoyed that one. Don't give him anything to enjoy about football right now. He's got enough. Just get rid of the football, man.
Ooh. Okay, Keenan. I'm telling you, 800 yards for the Rams next year. Sean McVay's going to get it out of him.
I could see him going to like Kansas City though and getting like 1,000.
Ooh, this might run a play fast.
I think he's got it.
I do too, but
I don't see any issues.
I is the way he double caught it as he was coming down. I don't know if his foot was still there.
Oh my God, DeAndre Swift.
I don't care. I'm just glad they got another play in.
Scott says the Bears will announce the new stadium being built in conjunction with Northwestern and in Evanston.
Yeah, I think that could have been called back. I like that one from Scott.
That's a spicy one. How many players in NFL history have 1,000 catches?
I do not know. I mean, it's got to be quite a.
Caleb is just trying to feed Rome.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can tell now there's a little adjustment once he gets close to the
14, Ron. Can you guess those 14?
Let's try it. Larry Fitzgerald.
Yep.
Got to be on there. Anquan Bolden might be on there too.
Yep.
Chris Carter.
Yep.
Are they all like more recent names or some of them old names?
Your window is, let's see, 1994 to present. Or one started in 1985.
85 to present.
Mm-hmm.
85.
Kieran, what are you doing?
1,000 yards and 85. Oh, Jerry Rice.
Yep.
That's what, 4 of them that I've gotten out of 12?
Out of 14.
14.
Out of 14.
Yeah.
Calvin Johnson?
No, he didn't play long enough.
He didn't play long enough. Yeah. Gotta be old guys that stuck around forever. Oh, Tim Brown has to be on there.
Yep.
Stuck around forever. Is DeAndre Hopkins on that list?
No, DeAndre Hopkins currently has 978 catches.
He's close. Okay, he's close though. Oh yeah, you're right, Scott. Think Indy. Marvin Harrison for sure. Wayne might have it too.
Sorry, I'm watching Greased Up Deaf Guy.
This is Greased Up Deaf Guy, dude. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God.
You said Marvin Harrison. Yep.
Reggie Wayne on there
yes.
too. I don't know how many that is out of the list.
So you have
6, 7,
3, 4. You have 7 left.
I have 7 left. Okay, so I got 7 out of 7 or 7 out of 14. Steve Largent isn't on there, right? He's too early. Yeah, okay. Shit. Did Randy get there? Randy Moss?
No, he's at 982.
Oh, so he was painfully close.
And you do have a few other positions in here.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I was wondering if
Tony Gonzalez.
Yep.
Is Travis Kelce on that list already too?
Travis Kelce is at 991. So in a week, he might be.
He might be. Yeah, don't forget your tight ends. So yeah, Tony Gonzalez is definitely one. Is Antonio Gates on that list?
No. You only have 1 tight end left.
1 tight end left. Then it's 1,000 catches as a tight end. I'm trying to think of all the great tight ends of recent memory.
He wasn't great.
It's not LG Crumpler or like a Dallas Clark or something like that, is it?
You were close to name Dallas.
Yeah, it's got Jason Witten's the other name. Yep. Jason Witten's the other name.
Okay. Right, so you got 5 receivers left.
They're all receivers?
Yep.
Okay. Jeez. 5 receivers left. Who's on there? Who's on
One
there?
Unfortunately passed away when Bain blew up a stadium.
Hines Ward?
Yes.
R.I.P.
1,000 on the dot. He caught his 1,000th pass and said, "I'm out.
I'm done." Hines Ward, what a beauty. Yeah, I was gonna say he was a long time guy. He was around for forever. So what I'm trying to think of are guys that just played forever. Julio's got to be on there.
No, Julio
Really?
is 27th at 914.
Wow. I guess he was more of a downfield guy.
You're missing a guy who enjoyed doing sit-ups in his driveway and at Soldier Field.
Terrell Owens.
Yes.
Chad Johnson's not on that list, right? He didn't play long enough.
No, Chad Johnson. I don't even see him. He's tough to find because I don't know if he's Ocho Cinco in here.
Oh, fair.
Johnson. Steve Largent was at 819, so he's 36th on the list. Yeah, I don't see Chad on here.
1,000 yards. We got what? 4 more?
3
more. Okay. Are they all after the year 2000?
You are talking 1994 to 2003 for their rookie seasons.
For their rookie seasons. Okay.
Yes.
So starting mid to late 90s, early 2000s for rookie season. Okay. 94.
One of them was for an expansion, or 2 of them were for expansion franchises.
Expansion franchises of the 90s. Oh, Jimmy Smith.
No. Who's Jimmy Smith?
Wide receiver for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, okay. No, he's 30th at 862.
Okay. Both for expansion franchises of the 90s. So
or 2000s.
Andre Johnson.
Yep.
Okay. Andre Johnson. That makes sense. And then, so 2 more. These guys are 90 debut guys. Keyshawn Johnson's not here, is he?
No, Keyshawn is a little further down in the 800s, but you still have one from the 2000s. One from the 2000s, one from the 90s.
Okay, one from the 2000s, one from the 90s. From the 2000s. Oh, he would have been done. Oh, Steve Smith?
Yep.
That's who I was thinking. Okay, yeah.
And now the last one, let's see. He was he got a lot of his yards under former Bears offensive coordinator Mike Martz.
Oh, Torrey Holt or Isaac Bruce. One of those 2.
Bruce.
Okay. It's a hell of a list.
Yeah.
Keenan's probably going to be on that.
Keenan's 20th at 951 right now.
Well, and they said 55 because I think he has 4 catches tonight.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, literally next year he could easily get to 1,000.
He will pass former Bears legend Brandon Marshall soon, who has 970.
I was wondering where Brandon Marshall ranked. His name actually crossed my mind.
Brandon Marshall was, if he didn't have the off-field stuff, and be changing teams every season, he would be considered one of the all-time greats. That man was literally unstoppable.
Yeah, he was. What a good play design. I wonder what those are like.
Hey, we have the deep fake screen in London.
I don't ever want to see that play ever again. Just knowing how much of a tease that play was. Anything that happened in the first 6 weeks of the season, I'm just like, it was just a tease for everything to fall on its face. That Ford kid's having a decent little game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, I noticed him for a reason other than just being a number I didn't know before.
Who's number 64? I
wonder I wonder if he was a good recruit coming into college.
Q's going down the rabbit hole now, Sonny.
Nah, he was a 3-star.
Why are you saying it like that? That's a better story. 3-star
because
in the NFL.
A guy who's been in the league this long, who I want to see 5-stars who have underperformed becoming what they could be, not 3-stars overperforming, because that means they're probably at their ceiling.
an interesting way to put it, but I can see how that works.
I mean, that's just my mindset on it. Or, I mean, and granted, it's kind of all bullshit because there are 3 stars who should have been 5 stars. Pat Mahomes was a 2-star. I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know? But that's just my general thought process on it, which isn't concrete.
That third down was dumb. Edmonds gets hands on him in the backfield, only for him to spin around and get a first down. Oh, this was painful.
This has been brutal.
I mean, it's been fun talking to you guys.
Begging you, please, just one touchdown. I can't do this.
We just don't deserve a touchdown. No, I know you need it for gambling reasons. Has Rome gotten us 4 yards yet?
No.
Nope, but Keenan's got 55.
Of course he does.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be
freak. You had the interception if you didn't push him down. Like, he could have had that interception if he didn't interfere. Now they get the ball at the 1 yard line.
Tonight the music seems so loud. Cam Akers is going to score a touchdown.
Like, he had position. If he just waits and gets he's there. Oh, did they call roughing too, or are they just showing it to show it? Okay. So I guess it was happening either way, but that's a soft roughing.
It's going to the fullback. It's going to the fullback. Oh.
Who the hell is 45? You all notice the difference in my voice on that one?
Who the hell is that guy versus who is that guy?
45 is Amen Agbangbamiga. Okay.
Ah. I'm glad you can pronounce his name because I sure as hell cannot. And I always feel bad.
I just attempted it. Who knows?
You did a nice job. You did a very nice job. Maybe it's better this way. The defensive front has played well without Javon, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, they've actually done a decent job tonight.
Keep them out. No. Cam Akers, though, there's that Cam Akers touchdown we alluded to. That won some poor guy that plays in like a 20-team fantasy league a lot of money. He's like, oh my God, Akers did it! He cost me 55 fab.
Games like this make me think about this conversation I was having with my buddies yesterday. They're like, okay, now that you've moved down to Texas, would you subject your son to be a Bears fan? Or all of a sudden, if you wanted to become like a Texans fan or I guess you can't really say Cowboys fan, they're as great, inept as we are, would you step in? Let me present that question to you guys first.
I would say and my buddy Jay, who was in the comments earlier, who has a son, he's a Cowboys fan, and he says the same thing. We went to Texas Tech. We are big Pat Mahomes fans. My son wants to be a Chiefs fan. Amen, brother. Like, go be a Chiefs fan. That sounds fun. Like, I'm here for it. As long as it's a team that I'm like cool with, then yeah, and I have a reason to root for it. It gives me a reason to become a fan of that team to some extent.
So, AKA, as long as it's not like the Vikings or Packers.
Yeah.
Gucci.
Yeah. Or like my wife's a Steelers fan. If he wants to be a Steelers fan, who am I to say no? Live in Philly, you could be an Eagles fan. I wouldn't hate it.
It's a franchise that almost never has a bad season.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. When was the last time Pittsburgh had a losing season? Like 2004?
Pre-Tomlin.
We're going to the Google machine.
I mean, it's probably when they got Big Ben. It's probably the year before they drafted Big Ben.
It honestly might be. That might be no bullshit. The last time they had a losing season was 2003. Yeah, 6-10.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the year they got
Back
Ben
in,
because
Tommy Maddox era.
Yeah, that was the last Tommy Maddox year. And honestly, in the year before that with Tommy Maddox, they went 10-5-1 with Cowher.
And it's incredible. Like that's even through the Ben like motorcycle accident years when he was awful. Like he had like 2 years there where he was just crap, and they still had winning records.
You want to know what's crazy? The last time the Pittsburgh Steelers lost won less than 6 games in a season was 1988 when they went 5-11. That's insane.
That's insane. The Rooneys run that team so well.
They do. Like, listen to this. 88, they went 5-11. Since then, number of wins by season, cleaning out the 80s and 90s. 9, 9, 7, 11, 9, 12, 11, 10, 11, 7, 6, 9. And then that was year 2000, that last 9. Then it was 13, 10, the 6th year. And then since then, 15, 11, 8, 10, 12, 9, 12, 12, 8, 8, 11, 10, 11, 13, 9, 8, 12, 9, 9, 10, 10.
Can't relate.
I don't know what that's like.
Yeah.
Wow, good for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Honestly, Q, I'd be telling your kid to be a Steelers fan too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who was your pick for Heisman? Hunter or Gianti? And tell me why it was Hunter.
It's Hunter.
It was Hunter because he was top 5 in something at one of the two positions. If he just played both sides of the ball and was kind of average at both, but they were like, but he plays both ways. Ashton Gianti had one of the greatest running back seasons college football's ever seen.
If it was any other season, it would be Gianti, but like,
dumb.
It just
I mean,
good Hunter.
Good for Travis Hunter. Like, I mean, he balled out. He had a good year. Don't get me wrong, but his team sucks.
How high would you draft Travis Hunter?
If I'm the Bears,
He's
not going to be there when they draft.
If you're anyone.
Oh, somebody's going to take him first overall.
But
yeah, I think he's going to be a top 3 pick.
Would you?
No.
Sonny?
It depends. Do you need a wide receiver?
I would consider it. I would definitely. It depend on what football team, what it look like.
Depends who you are.
Like, I mean, so how high would you draft a corner? What's too soon to draft? Like, can you draft a corner number 1 overall? Can you draft a wide receiver number 1 overall?
I think you could draft the corner number 1 overall if they're inexplicably the best player in the draft.
Well, Witherspoon went 6 2 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
5th, I thought.
Six. Yeah, one of those.
I mean, the Giants drafted one number 2 a few years, or like multiple years back in Okuda, but like,
yeah, and he was 3, I think, when he went,
or was he 3? I thought he was number 2, but it could be 3.
I think you can take a corner in the top 5. Okay. Sauce Gardner was 8, but Stingley was number 2 or 3.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's
well, because you're drafting a guy who doesn't actually play either position well enough to be considered that high draft pick outside of the athlete. Right.
I think what would need if I'm a team looking to draft Travis Hunter, I'm sitting there and telling myself that I need to have a coach who knows how to use him as a big play threat on offense.
Yeah.
And B, if he's going to want to play defense, I need to feel comfortable that he's not needing to uplift my corner room, that he's just an addition to the corner room.
Yeah.
I think if you get those two things accomplished, he's absolutely worth taking high. But a lot of the teams that are drafting high are going to need a quarterback. in the Bears case, right, they need a lineman far before they need Travis Hunter.
Yeah. Now, if you're a team who feels good about their receivers but needs a cornerback, how do you feel about the fact that if you tell him he's playing cornerback, once that rookie contract's done, he's looking for wide receiver money because you took money out of his pocket otherwise?
Yeah, but I mean, corners are
there's a lot of interesting questions around Travis Hunter that I've been trying to think through. And I do think he's a top 5 pick, maybe a top 3 pick, top 2 pick, whatever. But like, I don't know the answers to some of these questions around him.
Darnell just got beat up.
Dallas Turner.
It's not fun. Football's not fun.
Football is not fun.
Yeah, I don't know who said otherwise earlier.
Football's fun, guys. The Bears just aren't playing football. They're playing patty cake.
Oh. Darnell went to swipe his hand and just missed. Whoop.
Dallas Turner
lulled them into it.
Dallas Turner's nasty.
Charles Woodson was drafted 4th overall, according to Scott. Remember when Troy Davis ran for 2K in back-to-back seasons? Know who else ran for 2K in college?
OJ.
Matt Forte.
Yeah, he did.
Sure did.
I don't know if OJ actually did.
I don't know.
Feels plausible.
It does feel plausible. I would say so.
Oof.
Yeah, we were playing that game yesterday while watching football. A couple of buddies I was watching it with. They were playing the name where guys went to college game, and I have a disgusting ability to name where people went to school for no reason.
Did you see there was a graphic the other day of like name this team, and it just showed every position. It's like school. I love those. It's a good time doing that.
I love those. I always stop and try to solve those when I can. When I see them, I'll sit there and I'll be like, well, that could be so and so. Like,
Aaron Jones.
Did he go to UTEP?
Nailed it.
Okay. I knew he went somewhere weird. Yeah, he went to UTEP.
Yeah, I remember against Texas Tech, him rushing for like 200 yards in a single game and just being like, what the hell? Why is UTEP's running back destroying us?
Why is he a stud? And then he goes to the league and you're like, oh, that's why.
Yeah, makes sense now.
Ryan Poles chomping that gum.
Do you know where Tyreek Stevenson started his college career?
I don't know if I know that one.
Georgia. Then he got put in the star position in Kirby Smart's defense, and he didn't like it, and he transferred to Miami.
Should have been a sign.
64. How do you get it? Ryan Poles updating his LinkedIn right now.
Yeah, he's chomping on that gum like he's about to get fucking axed. Do you, Troy? Troy's saying how much he likes the moves that Ryan Poles has made.
We all did.
Yeah, hindsight's 2020.
So they didn't work.
And you could be like, well, you didn't get the coach right. Yeah, well, Eberflus was not right, but that's what happens when the ownership helps you pick a head coach.
Yeah.
It's just a never-ending cycle.
Where did Keenan Allen go to college?
Cal.
Okay.
Cal Bear. Yeah. Allen says here, another losing season for the Chicago Bad News Bears. Not until the McCaskies sell the team, they will not be a top NFL team. I mean, it's fun. We're having fun. Aren't we having fun, guys?
Football's fun, guys. Sonny might just leave.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. The last 2.5 hours has not been fun. Again, this is it reminds me of how we played like a month ago. You know, like when it wasn't fun to watch Bears games. Well, once we made the switch to Brown as our OC, football became fun again.
And then they made him the head coach, and then football's no longer fun again.
Yeah, now this is just...
Yeah. Can't wait for the 4-13 season.
After starting 4-2.
5-12. They're beating the Packers at Lambeau with the Packers rest starters.
Stop it. The backups are going to beat them. Come on now.
You're right. We've seen Brett Hundley beat the Bears.
I've seen that song and dance. You can't fool me.
George
I've
looks like
seen
he's
it
having
all.
fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, get out of here, George.
Okay, I got a controversial question for you guys.
What you got?
Should the Bears give up the tradition of the head coach wearing the B hat?
Ain't been working. Why not?
Only coach I know that's ever had any kind of success in my lifetime doing that was Lovey.
Yeah. I didn't even know that was like a thing. Like
I had no idea. This is the first I've ever heard of this.
like, I knew that they
You didn't
always
know that?
wore it, but I never
thought it was
realized.
a cool hat.
It's a tradition. No, it's a tradition that the head coach wears the B hat because that was the George Halas like logo.
I
And
genuinely
he always wore it.
Yeah, I have the same hat. I
The
just
head
like,
coach
it's a
should wear
cool
one
design.
of these bad boys. It's the
They
best
should.
logo they got. It's by far the best logo they got.
I did not know that was a thing. Interesting.
Yeah, here,
Something
let me see.
productive came out of tonight. I at least learned that.
Let me-
Didn't watch a good football game.
And you saw Jonathan Ford. Come on now.
Jonathan Ford. Trying to see if I can't find the video. There's a video that they made that the Bears made when Eberflus took the job, and they the equipment guy walks up to him and says, "It's always a tradition that the head coach of the Chicago Bears wears the traditional B," and it's been a thing. And you look, Nagy wore it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think about it now. You're right, but it's
Yeah.
just I never thought that was a thing. if
Wait,
that
did
makes sense.
Nagy's visor have it? Interesting.
The B has always been worn by the coach. Should the Bears give up the tradition of the head coach wearing the B? Because like Thomas Brown put it on and his powers got zapped. Because he wasn't wearing the B hat when he was up in the booth.
Just do anything. I don't care.
Oh,
Whoa! Wow, the Bears did something.
smacked him. You go, Jacob Martin. I think that was Jacob Martin.
All right.
No,
Get seven
Robinson.
here, please.
Dominique
I'm begging you.
Robinson showing out.
Oh, he did something. Holy shit.
From all the way over there, too. Just got cleated in the shoulder.
Boom.
Butter goes flying. Oh
Throttled.
my god, he just got like that is not a good position for your putter.
No.
You got Joey in the comments saying Poles deserves a lot of blame for not addressing the O-line well enough. The former bad O-line felt bad for every bad O-line and said, we'll take them all, which that's funny. I do think Poles has a tendency to target O-linemen that remind him of him to some degree. But I also don't think the O-line is as massive of an issue as everyone else seems to. I think the offense has been just shit all year. And I think that makes the O-line look even worse than it is. Like, I don't think it's terrible.
No.
I don't think it's good. I think it's a very average group.
Yeah, I agree. They're not horrendous, but there's definitely room for improvement.
Yeah. And I mean, I think it comes like some of these sacks you see Caleb take, he's holding the ball 3.5, 4 seconds, and it's because the routes aren't being run right, or some of it's on Caleb too. And some of it is on the O-line, but it's not like there's a lot going wrong in this offense, and I have a hard time singling any one group as the reason why.
Okay. We might get our touchdown on this drive.
I will agree. We're both doing it. Karan Amagati shouldn't be playing. Like,
wait, what did Joey call him? Karan Amagaja Brony.
It's a good one. Yeah, he shouldn't be like.
Oh, Joey,
you should have taken something different at number 75 in my mind than a developmental tackle. I do think there is something to develop there with Karan Amagaji, but Larry Borum can't be your first guy off the bench with the way he's been playing this year, and Amagaji's better than him. So, like, you're stuck here now. But, yeah, Karan Amagaji shouldn't be put in this position to play, which probably means you shouldn't have drafted him at number 75.
Facts. Especially when Dominic Puny looks
not puny.
He looks rather not puny. Oh, man. This is fun.
Rome.
Oh, that would have nailed 2 bets for Sonny.
Mm-hmm.
We have to talk about this after this, too?
Those are the breaks, boys. Those are the breaks.
I can't wait for the 25-minute show that we're about to go through because there's nothing good to talk about from this.
There's nothing to talk about from this.
We might as well just start now.
Live watch party ended with 5 minutes left. Let's just start the post-game show.
Rome, you got to come down with that.
Yikes. This is fun. Are we having fun?
Football is fun, guys. It's what I tell myself when I golf. I have to remind myself constantly that golf is fun. And I like golf.
I hate that sport, even though I'm addicted to it and want to go play it every minute I can.
I play better when I constantly remind myself golf is fun.
Yeah, that's fair. When you're like, we're going to have a good day. It's a good day. And then you shank it off the first tee box and your driver goes sailing 45 yards into the nearest water.
Either ends in fun or a stroke, one of the two.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Some capacity. It always ends in a stroke. Just depends what kind of stroke.
Yeah.
Touchdown! But it's not Romadudze.
I'm telling you guys, Keenan Allen is going to be good for someone next year.
He is going to be good for someone next year, as long as he's not a Chicago Bear, because the Bears ruin everybody that's not named DJ Moore.
Yeah.
And Matt Forte, because Matt Forte never got ruined. Or Brandon Marshall, for that matter. Now what's the flag?
Another one.
What the?
They can't even kick an extra point right. Oh my God, what are we doing?
It's on the Vikings. 12 men on the field.
Bunch of dirty cheaters.
Bears are going for 2 from the 1 yard line as a result of the penalty.
Why not?
Might as well.
So here comes the DeAndre Swift off the right side that gets eaten up in the backfield.
No, just hand it to Doug Kramer. No mic. Looks like Caleb's having mic issues.
Fuck it, play backyard football.
Yeah.
Party in the end zone on one-on-one. Mega D Jabroni. Travis Homer's getting the football. Travis Homer's getting the football. Here it comes. Travis Homer. Travis Homer.
DJ's fed up.
DJ's just out here like throwing his gloves.
He is fed up, man.
I mean, literally, the DB ripped his glove off. Yeah, this is fun. We're having fun. Are we having fun? We're having fun.
I'm at least going to use this time to create the post-game studio because we're not seeing anything worth.
It's going to be a quick show.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this game? Terrible. Can we not talk about it? Was this okay? I will ask this question now and ponder on it into the next time we get to speak about this. Was this game worse than the 49ers game? Just think about it. Don't have to answer it. Just ponder on it. Can we just run the clock out?
Running clock, please.
Just start.
You know who I wish I had a picture of for the thumbnail? Number 64.
The only good thing that came out of this football game.
Oh, yeah. This is a low point, boys. This is a low point.
I mean, I'm looking at the box score from last week. Like, this is almost the same game.
That's what I mean.
Very similar numbers. Our wide receivers all pretty much had the same exact numbers, except for Keelan, who's having a better game today.
Oh, yeah, we get a Sam Darnold feature. I like how Justin and Jordan are supposed to be the kids for a creepy Sam Darnold coming down the chimney of that graphic. Where did he? The game that started after this one is further along in the game. There's 3:05 left in that Raiders-Falcons game. Like, that game started a full 30 minutes after this one, and it's going to end before this one does.
Because, of course, it will.
If you're watching that other game and you look at the score and like, man, that Vikings-Bears game looked like it was fun at least, 27-12. The answer is no, it's not at all. It hasn't been. Not
even for Vikings fans.
That's what I'm saying. This hasn't been a fun football game to watch.
It's just not a fun football game.
Yeah, I feel like Vikings fans probably aren't watching anymore.
No, they're like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Got this in the bank. Especially because the Bears don't have any timeouts left. So they literally just need to run the clock down.
How'd that happen? What do we use our timeouts for? I don't remember.
Exactly. It's not relevant.
What?
This is brutal. Shout out to anybody that's still sticking around on YouTube. What a bunch of beauties. This game's just been like not even fun to watch. Like, objectively, if I was just watching this as a football fan tonight, I would be like, I'm going to bed. Like, neither one of these games were good. Which is a shame because it was a really good weekend of football. Like, the Buffalo-Detroit game was good. Yeah, there was a couple decent games in that noon slot. The 3 o'clock slot was probably the best slot of football over the whole weekend.
Yeah, that Bills.
Big 64, get your big ass down there.
I'm telling you, I wish I had him for the thumbnail, man.
There's nothing of him.
I mean, nothing in a Bears jersey.
Fair enough.
I'm doing DeMarcus Walker.
You could do Jonathan Owens getting blown away by Justin Jefferson in coverage.
Well, boys, what do you say we jump over to the post game and just get it moving?
I'm for that. I'm for that. Anybody that wants to come join us, head over to the new post game, and we'll keep talking over there. But we're gonna get something on the microphones that are gonna be published. But gentlemen, it was fun talking to you guys.
Yeah, I'm glad I learned
holy
something.
shit, this game sucked.
Yeah, this has been brutal, but at least we had good conversation.
But at least it was all about the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, as our friend Cody would like to say.
Indeed.
But thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you in the post game. Adios.
Bye.